for the moment.
It is. It's constant rain out there. Colac won the toss and they'll kick to the Minerva Road end, but otherwise no wind to speak of.
First quarter, thanks to Geelong Bank and that Twitter poll. I'll get into that in a moment, give you the result for the $4.95 double tender burger. Pick up only. We're going to get an early start here. Umpires Jones, Chaston and Irvin controlling this one, with umpire Jones to hold the ball aloft and get us underway. Opening term, second versus third. K-Rock football for Apco Cafe 24/7. Here's Jace.
So Zybel goes up and gets it down for Colac in the middle. Darcy Lang puts a tackle straight away on in the middle, and I think a free kick for a push in the back to Bogue it is. So Newtown, so kicking to the old cement end in this first term. Newtown up the hill at Elderslie. Bogue goes short, finds Bond a long way from home.
Colac 69%, Newtown 31% in the KFC Twitter poll.
Drills it to Nash inside 50, takes the mark. The beast that is Liam Nash has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 58 directly in front.
Well, he got that starting matchup on Bailey Scott, who he challenged him going forward then, Nash. So that's going to be an interesting little match up, that one.
So Liam Nash is on Footscray's VFL list and has had a great season for the Eagles in 2023. Comes in with a right foot, hasn't quite made the distance. Zybel goes up big. Thump away as well as he went up, and it's off his hand, off his fist, and out of bounds in the right forward pocket for the Eagles, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm pick up some matchups that you can see. It looks like McQuay and Sinnott for the moment on each other. McQuay, a former Geelong Falcon.
Hayes is on the other wing, so they'll just rotate accordingly throughout the day. But McMahon starting forward with Cody Spokes on him, which is an interesting one.
Quick snap out of the pack around the corner for Newtown to the top of the square. Bond flew, couldn't take the mark, spoiled away from him by Rennet. At the fall of the ball, Condi! Quick snap, missed to the right for Newtown. Minor score to open proceedings for the Eagles. They're one behind Colac and no score. 90 seconds played on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. No better way to travel to the footy, including for the Cats and the Saints next Saturday night at Marvel.
Spokes to the outer side looking for Monaghan. He can't take it. Hawker, who had a good game last week against St Mary's. Handballs are back to Lang, the co-coach. Left foot kick around the corner. There was a hold against Nelson Brown. And Hillman's going to take it for Colac. And a play from half back. Go back in ball with the kick. Short to Jared Walters. Just slipped a little bit his handball. Oh, it's a bit dodgy through the middle for Spokes, who gets wrapped up. So still got control, Hillman, but the ball back towards Sinnott. Ball spills free for Newtown. He gets it. Handballs it back to Bogue. He's out the back. They might be able to get away. Short little kick was out wide. They found Sutterby.
The parlour was composed there as he gave it to Sutterby. Sutterby sending it long now, looking down there for a fly, hocking over the top, brought it to ground. Well played, front of the pack by Malikan, the skipper for the Tigers. Here's Walters to help him out. Get it towards the boundary line and out. Yes, on the Autumn Street side of the ground. We'll get a throw in. Birchie to you for South Point Garden Supplies. That rain has got some serious heaviness about it.
It is. It's driving rain now. It's probably the heaviest we've had all season, so it'll be a good test for the two teams.
Now, I didn't expect any rain like this or so. They said showers, but this is legitimate rain. You can hear it on the roof of the interchange box that Birchie's sitting in with her mic open. You just get a real handle on the severity of it. Ball back into play. Tap down Zybel. Ball at ground level. Bogue fighting for it for Newtown. Same Sutterby, nothing different expected. Quick kick forward by Nash after receiving from Sutterby. Malikan double-fisted to the boundary line. Did it get out of play? No. So Newtown are still a chance here. Kick inside 50 by Hocking. Bouncing ball. Hollard coming off 5 last week. Can't keep it alive in the right forward pocket. Territory game for the Sporting Globe, Kirsch, I think will be the word of the day.
It is, and it's an interesting battle because both teams are number one in the competition. Equal first for uncontested possession. They are ranked 12th Colac for contested and 10th Newtown for contested footy, so it's going to be an interesting game with this weather.
From the ruck contest, falls to the front of the pack. Jared Walters sees it over the boundary line. The central umpire says that's all okay. They have a boundary throw in right forward pocket for the Eagles.
A lot of car lights on around the ground. There is. I know it's K-Rock on a lot of radios.
Yeah, absolutely.
A boundary throw in. Zybel against Wilkinson. Zybel gets to the front spokes, rides a couple of bumps and then drop the footy. Hollard put a great tackle on, and that's what you want, forward pressure. And Uriah Hollard has done so for Newtown, and he will shoot for goal from 20 out directly in front.
I reckon I might have seen Uriah Hollard's dad in the crowd who's come down from Albury-Wodonga to have a bit of a view of this one this afternoon.
Well, we spoke about Uriah a couple of weeks ago. We were impressed by his work rate, even though they lost the game against Geelong West, didn't we, Jace? Yeah. We mentioned how hard he'd worked throughout the game, and then he got a reward last week for his hard work, kicking 5. So he's in some good form, Uriah, and we know he's a good player.
So former Geelong Falcon comes in at the western end of the ground and pushes it in and pushes it through for his first of the afternoon. First for the home side. They are 117. They lead Colac yet to score. Geelong Bank, K-Rock, a first quarter scoreboard.
Damien McMahon mentioned in the pre-game when we interviewed him that it's going to be all about taking your opportunities when your ball goes inside forward 50, and it's just those little things you want from your small defensive forward/midfielders that go down there. They put that pressure on, lay some tackles, restart the stoppages, or get yourself a free kick like Uriah did there. So today's going to be more important than anything now that conditions have changed.
AFL around the grounds. North Melbourne 18, lead Essendon 13, and Sydney have kicked 2 in a row to now lead Gold Coast 20-19. Cat fans will be keeping an eye on that one. Wilkinson climbed high, won the tap down. Bogue, Sutterby the Roving gave it to Bogue. Bogue a high floating kick for Newtown. Went looking for Panuccio. Walters stood under it. That's a good mark. Never reverted his gaze from the Sharon. Hamlin hanger on the chest. I know we won't get too many high flyers this afternoon in these conditions. Goes looking for Barrow or Walters. In fact, it was Aaron Walters. He couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. In front of the pack, Zai Bell jammed it on the boot. Rolling ball. Well taken by Sutterby. Shrugged the tackle at centre half back for Newtown. And then kicked very, very wide. A risky kick. And that'll be a free kick surely against Charlie Harris as he went high over the top of Bryce McDonald. And the young Tiger has got it just forward of the wing outer side.
Goes towards the pocket with the kick. Brown. Oh, is that a good mark? That's a Hamlin hanger. Right hand. Just stuck it out. Hillman. And Nelson Brown was right in his back pocket. He was able to just shield him from the ball and take the mark low to the ground and has a set shot for goal about 30 out in the left forward pocket.
Looks like it's set in this rain, to be quite honest.
Yes.
Have a look at the clouds around. It's
not much breeze around either.
It's really come in.
So Luke Hillman, great mark, close to the ground, and a chance for Colac's first of the afternoon. Comes in, right foot kick, and the goal umpire has moved across to the left-hand side and through for one behind. So they first score of the board for Colac. They are one behind. Newtown 117, Geelong Bank, K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Hope you're enjoying the call through KROC 955 and KROCfootball.live wherever you are listening. Let us know through the KFC Twitter at KROC Football where you are listening around the world. Running out of defence is Diamond, and he'll drive a ball to half back from the kick in, looking for a fly. Mark taken. Pocock was a good juggle. And that's not a bad mark in these conditions for the former Wodonga Raider from the Ovens and Murray League. Playing this afternoon in game number 23. Played every game this year. That's a poor kick, though, although Adam Garner couldn't take the mark for Colac and force a turnover. He's harassed by Bogue. Bogue trying to get a handball on the up. Head over the footy and brought to ground. Is that Walters or Barrow? Both wearing long sleeves. We'll just see as they get to their feet. It is Seb Barrow, and umpire will toss it into the umpire. Irvin has got it at true centre wing. Zybell went early, but Wilkinson won the tap down. Ball at ground level. Socket. Oh, geez, copying one there was Hawker. High, he'll get a free kick, and he's very slow to get to his feet. Medical staff to him just to check on him. He wants to get to his feet, but he is a little bit wonky in getting up. He's moving like a newly born giraffe on his feet.
Wobbly, isn't he?
He's a little bit wobbly, so they'll check him after he takes his kick. Kicks towards right half forward. Foppiani went through the hands of. Handball over the top was smart play by Josh Garner. But there's that rain continues to come down hard. We'll get to you in a moment, Birchie, to get an update on Aaron Hawker. Foppiani fighting hard in defence for Newtown. Chance to tighten the right forward pocket. The effort, though, off to the right from Benny McCarthy and out of bounds on the full. So a free kick again. Mitch Diamond to take it. Birchie, down to you. Just keeping an eye on Aaron Hawker after that collision.
Yeah, the trainer's just doing a few preliminary assessments on him at the moment to see how he's feeling after that heavy collision.
Birchie's down boundary side this afternoon for Geelong Sports Medicine Centre, your ultimate destination for health, fitness and recovery. Saw Mrs. Jarman this morning for taking a little bit of Geelong amateur netball down at Drysdale.
To give you an indication how much rain we've had, the gutters are full with water and flowing.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
Only just started at the start of this game, 10 minutes ago. Mitch Diamond's got the ball. Last line of defence for the Eagles. Goes long with the kick towards half back. And the ball, Sutterby and McKay. McQuay sees it over the line for Colac. McQuay.
Damien McMahon spoke about 11 goals. He might only need 6 or 7.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw in. Wilkinson gets it down to the front. Sutterby will be good in this weather. Handball. Matt McMahon can't take it with him. Falling over was Lang and also Monahan. Ball back towards Simpkin at half forward for Colac. Now the Towners try hard over the back. Sutterby tried to straight line the football. Couldn't pick it up. Needs some support. Diamond thought about kicking it off the ground. He was pretty close to the boundary line in the end. Decides just to see it over, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 40 around from the Colac goal.
It is absolutely teeming here at Elderslie Reserve. Garner and Maddock do the ruck work. Maddock winning the tap down. Head over the footy, Diamond. Soccer off the ground, missed by Lang for Colac. He'll come again, try and put his head over the footy in the right forward pocket. Clearing kick, Maddock was smothered. Now the ball deflects towards the boundary line. McQuaid put a tackle on, forces a spillage. Quick step around the corner. McLaughlin, wonderful effort in the conditions. A Lammy's Tavern goal of the afternoon for the Tigers from Will McLaughlin. Back into the team after being at the Falcons last week. They've got the bye. He's available and he's kicked a cracker for Colac's first of the afternoon. They trail by a point. It's they level the scores, I should say, at 1-1-7 apiece on the first quarter. K-Rock Geelong Bank scoreboard. Geelong Bank's 1-2 home loan, 1% less for 2 years.
And we spoke probably in the pre-game to Rowan about Will McLaughlin, and I've seen him a bit this year, and his ability to hit the scoreboard, his ability to fly at everything in the air, and his ability to do things on the ground. He has a little bit of X factor, and that's probably what they need up in that forward line, Colac. So he's a really good fit when he comes back from Falcons duties.
Wilkinson just stood there as we said he would. Zybel tried to go over the top of him. Ball spills to the back. Kapala's handball over the top. Going towards Devlin. He can't take it. Now Foppiani was good. Got it towards Bogue. On hands and knees through McMahon. He can't take it with him. Falls to the side of the pack through the middle. Walters for Colac. Tackling. And it's gone. Moved towards half forward for Newtown. We're going to have a ball up.
Aaron Walters just slow to his feet and back play for St John of God. Keep an eye on that Birchie to see if there's any issues there for the Tiger. Umpire Chaston puts it into the air for Wilkinson and Zybel. Ball at ground level. Monaghan, the clearing kick. Didn't get a lot of bend on the ball and has actually put it out on the full on these wide expanses of Elderslie Reserve, I should say.
His parents are listening. They're at 1770. Do you know where that is?
That is in north-east Queensland.
It is near Harvey Bay.
Yes. Kick to the wing. Looking for Wilkinson. It's going to be a free kick for Shepherd. Going which way? It's going to go against Newtown, and we'll go to Zybel, who racked them up last week with 40 hit-outs and 25 touches in a very dominant display against St Mary's. He concedes some ground back onto the chest of Barrow. Barrow, with that heavily strapped left knee for Colac, goes laterally to Renitz. Renitz with his nice left foot. Although that left foot's an absolute shank, although it wasn't picked up first time by Panuccio. Slides on the centre wicket area. Gets a handball towards Bogue. Bogue's pulled off the footy without an umpire said play on. Panuccio's snap kick went about 1 metre, and then it was sent forward very quickly by Cooper Hayes in the long sleeve. Smart play by him today. We're looking for Rani Jamison. Ball spilled away from him with Orr's assistance. Ball towards the boundary line. Did okay, Jamison. Handball back, and now they'll go long through Hayes towards forward 50. Back with the flight. Wilkinson judging it best. Took the mark for the Towners.
Just outside defensive 50, Wilkinson.
This will be a quick game because there'll be barely any time on.
Nelson Brown goes towards half forward, towards centre wing. Jordan Walters takes the mark for Newtown. Plays on quickly. They get it towards half forward. Lead out Hocking. Great pick up on the half volley. Handball though. Left a little bit to be desired. Now the handball from Barrow. Colac get it towards centre wing. And pack of players there. Scott tried to get it towards Hayes again for Colac. Pushed over the boundary line. Did he get a push in the back? He did. And Cooper Hayes on centre wing on the outer side will take the resultant free kick. 1-1-7 apiece here at Elderslie Reserve. 13 minutes played. Port Phillip Ferry's first quarter time clock.
Cooper Hayes, as the rain continues to team down here at Elderslie Reserve, probably the wettest Saturday we've broadcast this year. Kick to half forward. Went off the fist of Foppiani, but it went backwards 20 metres inside forward 50 for Colac. Trying to scoop it forward was Monaghan for Colac. It's just going to be a lot of ball on the ground. McMahon couldn't take the handball of Bogue. Quick kick out of the pack. That might have been Ben McCarthy. Was okay. Bouncing ball. Couldn't be taken by McDonald cleanly first time. Sliding on his knees. Tried to get a handball away. Orr's in there for Newtown trying to lock it up and then knock it away. He can't. Head over it is Aaron Walters. Now in the pocket, Bailey Scott trying to get away. Good tackle laid by Charlie Byrne, whose name we haven't called yet. He's out of bounds. Boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket. Eastern or Minerva Road, end of the ground. Colac in attack. And in this first quarter for Geelong Bank, the scoreboard showing 1-1-7 apiece.
Boundary throw-in. Pocock's going to do the ruck work for Newtown and bring it to the front. Diamond close to the boundary line again. Him, Aaron Walters and Liam Nash see it over. And it's going to be another boundary throw-in. So, going to have Pocock against Josh Garner, who's playing deep forward for Colac to start this game. We're waiting for the ball to come back. How does it change the game now, Kirsch?
How does it change?
Rain?
Yeah, well, obviously, like King you mentioned before, she's going to be a game of...
Could be 5 goals in it.
Well, a game of meterage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's going to be all about locking it in your forward half. And it's surprisingly, though, Jace, the last couple of kicks that have fell short, there's been some really good pickups on the deck. It's only going to get worse, of course, but early on, if they can get some advantage out of it and kick a goal like that off the ground.
Well, they have. So Ryan Monahan has actually, they've a little bit of toe poke, a little bit of soccer work, a little bit of Matilda's action there.
Absolutely,
In the end, Ryan Monahan was running past. The ball was out in front of him. He was just able to soccer it off the ground straight through the middle for his first of the afternoon and second for Colac. They go to 2-1-13. They lead Newtown 1-1-7. Geelong Bank K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard, Geelong Bank's 1-2 home loan, 1% less for 2 years.
Well, it's ironic that we were just talking about that very situation where the ball came out of the ruck and it just kept going forward and forward and forward by a couple of metres, and then it's going to take a goal off the ground. So that's what today's going to get. We're not going to get that uncontested game that we're going to see. We're going to get that high possession numbers. It's not going to be that today. So head over the pill and earn your footy today.
Geelong VFL suffering an absolute hiding, which officially ends their season. They've got one game to go. They were only a sneaky sniff of stealing a wildcard spot. 129-55, the end result. Back in the middle, Colac will try and come up with the footy. Here's Ben McCarthy getting a handball into the path of McQuay to run onto on the outer side of the ground. McQuay will kick on his left towards the wing. It's a low skidding ball that went through the outstretched arms of Maddock for Newtown. Bo got back there. Wonderful clean pick-up and found some room to work. Jammed it on the boot towards right half forward. Bondi's target, big defensive spoil, came from Dustin Walters, but there's going to be numbers at the front with Sotheby for Newtown, giving a handball off to Charlie Harris. No Ned today, but his kick was a skew whiff. Zybell to the run of Bailey Scott off half-back for Colac.
Goes towards half-forward. Beautiful pass to Simpkin. Runs away 60 out from goal towards the top of the square. Brown in front. Does well hold. And should be a free kick to Nelson Brown. Hillman holding on to him from behind. So Brown's going to push the ball towards half-back. Hollard's handball missed in it. Was that high, the umpire said? I think so. And relief for the Eagles through Hollard at half-back. Goes to centre wing. Goes towards Bond. He can't pick it up. Close to the boundary line. Hawker's not going to be able to keep that in. Boundary umpire says, central umpire says, throw it in to the boundary. And we will have a throw-in on centre wing. Mark West wing here at Elderslie Reserve.
Yeah, hello to Bob and Kath and Sharon and Paul, I should say. We always think of Mark when we're here at Elderslie Reserve, and just have fun, the great number 3. I know Bob will be listening this afternoon, and hope you're all well. The West clan, great family, the Wests. Great people, obviously, here at Newtown Chill, but also down at Geelong Amateur as well. Bailey Scott with the footy.
Yeah, Foppiani targeted him at that stoppage.
Kick to half forward coming up, judging it best off the boot. That was well marked by Orr, who was a late inclusion today with a few VFL clubs. He's turned that over though, straight into the waiting arms of Jonathan Simpkin. Man on the mark stands just outside 50, so you'd have to think with a wet heavy ball at the 17-minute mark of the Port Phillip Ferries time clock, to be too much of a distance. Kick on the bounce. Jamison, it bounced off his chest. McQuay fell over just as he was about to pounce on the footy, and that will be a free kick for too high. Going to the Eagles, to Harris. Condi tried to take the advantage. Umpire had blown time off, so that means it's got to go back behind the mark with Charlie Harris. He's got it inside defensive 50. Short kick. Finds a marking target. Leading up and finding it is Mitchie Diamond. Diamond with it, point of the square. Or actually just inside defensive 50 now. He'll kick from almost to the point of the square at right half back towards the outer wing, and a kick that skids away from Nash and bounce out of bounds for a boundary throw in true centre wing. And that is don't expect any high-flying skills this afternoon from either team. Hammerland hangers will be few and far between. Lammy's Tavern goals of the day, although just seeing a bit of a break in the weather out to the west. But for the moment, it is raining.
Boundary throw in, outer side centre wing, comes towards Bogue on hands and knees, got up, then walked around and then dropped the footy. So that was great work from Colac around the stoppage. Going to get a free kick, and it's Scott who goes towards half forward. He turned it over though. Orr takes the mark at defensive 50, wants to switch the play back towards the middle. Walters kept his feet and did beautifully. McQuay can pick it up and get around a couple. He handballs it back off a standing start with Spokes. Goes out wide, good vision. Got a couple there. And McLaughlin was one of them. Wheels on the left, short little kick to Lang. And he takes the mark at 50. Possibly still too far out to score even for Darcy Lang with this wet ball.
Depends what foot, Jose.
I was going to say, does he tried to kick it with both feet at the same time, Darcy?
I reckon
he could.
This is the left.
This is the left,
yeah, this is the left.
He's on the right half-forward flank at the Minerva Road end of Elderslie Reserve. So he's going back deliberately for the kick and has kicked a goal or two in his career. And he will come in now. 45, 50 out, left foot kick, and right to the goal line, and off hands and through. 4-1 behind those long points again for you, Kirsch.
Yes.
I know you love them.
Well, particularly when you're kicking on your opposite foot, Jace.
Which is his opposite. 2-2-14, Colac. Newtown 1-1-7, Geelong Bank, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Brown runs into the right back pocket for Colac and sends a wonderful scything ball onto the chest of Foppiani, who marks it right half back. He gives a handball off to a man just cruising past beside him. That's Bogue, who launches a ball to the wing, but it's going to come back potentially. Zybello couldn't complete the mark for Colac. Hands and knees, Sutterby. Ball tried to be reefed out of there by Foppiani for the Towners. He now has to lay a tackle as the ball got underneath the pack. Last man up is Zybello. He does it at ground level. He does it in the air. He's going to have to do more of it at the ground level today. Here's Zach Zybell.
Got an early move, Jace. Cooper Hayes from a wing's gone back behind the ball onto Uriah Hollard.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups. 201 Townsend Road in Moola. Quick kick forward, marked by Devlin for Newtown. He turns and kicks quickly. Condi, his target, went past him and also Bond. Monaghan clean. Handball to Malikan, who dropped it, but it was picked up by Walters for Colac. Quick kick forward, went through Kapala. Rolling ball, centre half forward. First back there, Diamond for Newtown. That's a throw on the up, but the umpire said play on. Kapala was good. Little handball out the side door. Matic will have to go off the ground. Tries to get it into the path of Charlie Byrne, but numbers there. Simpkin, that's a free kick below the knees, diving in from the veteran Tiger, and it'll come back and be a free kick to Charlie Byrne at left half back. 21 and a half minutes almost played on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock, and the scoreboard for Geelong Bank showing Colac, Archbishop Desmond 2-2-14. May he rest in peace. Newtown and Chilwell 1-1-7.
Byrne from half back towards centre wing, going up big thump away by Walters for Colac. Falls onto the arms of Adam Garner. He can't take it. Now through the middle, Walters to McCarthy. Kick to Lang. Had to be good in front of Diamond and was. Point to the centre square at half forward. Needs somebody to lead at him. He's going to go right foot this time towards the top of the square. At the back, Hillman against Brown. He can't pick it up. Pushed Brown past the football. Free kick for a hold. And it's going to come back to Nelson Brown. Last line of defence for the Eagles.
Nelson Brown back from spending last year playing with the Cairns City Lions in the Cairns competition. Kick towards halfback. Foppiani comes up, can't complete the mark. Front of the pack, Sutterby. Handball off. Bogue. Non-preferred left. Kicks to the wing. Puts it straight onto the chest of Lang for Colac, who's got it. Went to go inboard. Ignored that option. So now we'll kick on his preferred right, which gets successfully to Walters, who marks on the chest. Right half forward. About 65 from home. Maybe make it 70. So he just sits it up into the pocket to a lead of Adam Garner. Kicked at him absolutely no favours. It's not going to be a day for big marking forwards, I don't think. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in right forward pocket at the Eastern or Minerva Road end of the ground. Colac in attack. They lead by 7, 14-7.
So boundary throw in, Adam Garner. Luke Maddock to do the ruck work. It's a short boundary throw in. Bogue has to leave it. Garner gets it down to Lang. Turns around, left foot kick. Open goal square. Which way is it going to bounce? Towards Hillman. It goes across the face of goal. Diamond's there as well into the left forward pocket. Runs out of room. The boundary umpire's there. And it is holding the ball, said the umpire. So free kick. Going to go to Newtown. Charlie Byrne's going to get up with it. Hillman was sitting over the top of it. So Charlie Byrne in the last line of defence for Newtown with the free kick. Called to play on now. Goes to the left foot towards half back. Big pack there off the back. Panuccio comes at it. Walters right next to him as well. Newtown with the numbers. Condi getting back there. Helping out was Wren. That's runs out of room. Pushed into the signage, as was the ball pushed over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in on centre wing on the outer side.
Well, nobody's getting out of their car to get that footy, so that ball's going to have to be retrieved from... So Mick Condi's the poor sucker. Thankfully, a gap in the fence where the ball has gone out, so he'll have to go and find that Sharon that got knocked out of bounds and retrieve it. And, of course, the boundary umpire not going over the fence as we get a boundary throw in just forward of the wing, favouring the Towners. Rain continues to fall with some force. Grabbed out of the ruck, Zybell didn't release. That's a good tackle. Foppiani should have been paid as holding the ball. He did have time to drop it on the boot. Either way, Simpkin got down low to try and skid into the footy. Bogue was clean, gave it to Sutterby. Called them a bit already this afternoon. Towards half forward they go to the Towners, but Walters cleans up, gives a handball off to Hawker. Hawker on his non-preferred left, sends a kick wide looking for Simpkin. Simpkin down low, can't trap it for Colac. Just the one Simpkin today. No Lockie out injured. But Joffe out there this afternoon playing his 83rd GFL senior game. Of course, 41 games across Geelong, Hawthorn and the Bombers, and most importantly, one of those 41 games, a premiership win with the Hawks.
Saw Blake Sutterby's dad get out and get the footy back to the boundary
Simon!
Simon's over there.
Hope you're listening to us, Simon.
Nash gets the ball towards the boundary line, back towards whence it came. They can't keep it in. Jared Walters takes it over and we'll have another boundary throw in.
Good footballer, Simon Sutterby. Very good.
Good coach too.
Yep. They can't get the ball in their forward half at the moment. Can't enjoy a bit of time up there, Newtown. So they're set up really well behind the ball, Colac here.
Ball now on hands and knees. Simpkin. Foppiani, kick around the corner on his right boot towards centre wing. Renitz just wants to punch it away from Bond. Goes close to the boundary line again. Bond and also Malikan. They see it over. And we'll have another boundary throw in on the outer side. Centre wing. 2-2-14 Colac. 1-1-7 Newtown. And we have played 25 and a half. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock in this first term.
Jane Birch, Geelong Sports Medicine Centre. How's that rain continuing to fall down there for you?
Yeah, it's still drizzling, but it's certainly not as heavy as it was before. It's easing off a bit.
Nash tried to barge his way through Monaghan. Might have clipped him on the way through accidentally. Let's keep an eye on Monaghan. Off the ground went to go Renitz. Now the soccer off the ground, Barrow. Now a chance for Hawker. Oh, he did very well on hands and knees, although then he was buffeted by Panuccio. Soccer clears out of defensive 50. Hayes will look to get a handle on the foot. He had to go back after going past it. Gave a handball to Hawker. Hawker just barrels it forward to the wing. Front position, Bailey Scott marks on the chest. That was a good mark in front of Byrne. Quickly wants to get moving on a chopped up section on the bounce. Went through the legs of Monaghan. He got clean bowled. Handball up. Sutterby to Condi. Mick Condi's been good early. Short kick was good to Foppiani. Wants to get it on to Sinnott. Now called to play on. Runs away around McQuay. Kick inside forward 50. Hollard a shove on Aaron Walters. Dustin Walters, I should say. Not paid. Panucci. Wonderful pick up in the conditions. Rain appears to have stopped and that's now holding the ball. And Scott is away with the advantage for Colac.
He is. Taps it on the ground. Feigned the handball. Then gave it to Simpkin. Right in the middle of Eldersley Reserve. Little left foot kick out towards half forward. Coming across there, Diamond in front for Newtown. Kick off the ground. Got some good height on it too, but only as far as Darcy Lang, who takes it at centre wing. Wants somebody to move wide for him as the siren sounds. Short, as you would expect, short first term with only 3 goals scored. And quarter time, it's Colac 2-2-14. They lead Newtown 1-1-7.
As the rain has stopped here at Eldersley Reserve. Good timing for the punters as they make their way out onto the ground to listen to the... Thank you, Rowan. Thank you, Birchie. Geelong Sports Medicine Centre, your ultimate destination for health, fitness and recovery. Ballarat Road, North Geelong. Second quarter for Harvey Norman underway. Here's Jay.
Sutterby gets wrapped up straight away by Spokes in the middle. The umpire says holding the ball.
Good decision.
And Cody Spokes will take it for Colac and drive it forward long, and there's the territory straight inside towards Garner. It goes up. Matic, big left fist through the middle. Bailey Scott left it behind. Now Nash on the outside, got it to outside 50. A little toe poke off the ground by Panuccio. Sutterby just taps it on. Kick off the ground. We're going to get a lot of this. It's under 14s now. Comes out towards centre wing. McDonald push past it. Walters, good handball on the up. Got it towards half forward. Diamond should have taken the mark but didn't. McLaughlin kick off the ground. Simpkin, can he pick it up? He just gets a little toe poke inside 50. Lang, good to McLaughlin in the pocket. Left foot kick going towards goal across the face. And it was Lammy's Tavern goal of the day scenario there for a minute.
Set up, wasn't it?
And McLaughlin, though, puts it through 1-1. His personal tally, 2-3-15 Colac. Newtown 1-1-7. Harvey Norman K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
How good's Darcy Lang been? His first quarter was huge, but his pick up and the way he just handled the ball then was terrific.
You might just have to give him the Leopold Sporties after the game and interview him at the same time as a coach.
He's been terrific.
2 birds, 1 stone sort of arrangement. Kick to the wing. Bond is marked for Newtown. Lowers the eyes, sends a kick towards forward 50. A skidding ball. Attacked nicely there by McDonald. A handball on the bounce. Spokes. His handball missed its target, but off the ground it was socked by McCarthy. Wonderful take by Byrne. Byrne near the cricket pitch area. Kicks wide. Wilkinson on the juggler taking the mark. The big fella. Handball off. Sinnott's got some toe. Kicks on his left towards forward 50. He launches a big ball, but going back with the flight, judging at best, is Dustin Walters, I should say, for Colac. Got it. Right back pocket. Call to play on, and he'll send it very, very wide. Adam Garner, his target. Spoilmatic. McQuay, front of the pack, tried to knock it forward for Colac, but it was taken by Bogue. Ball spills back to Pocock. Good tackle laid by Bailey Scott. Good defensive work. Takes him out of bounds. Boundary throw in at left half forward for the Towners. They trail 1-1-7. Colac 2-3-15. Second quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Zybell in the ruck for Colac. Wilkinson for Newtown. Got it down. Bogue in front. Gets the kick away close to the boundary line. Panuccio can't keep it in. And it rolls past him and out of bounds. Just inside 50 for the Towners.
Around the grounds, North Melbourne 36, Essendon 26, Sydney 38, Gold Coast 46, AFL round 22.
Oh, Wilkinson in front. Zybell probably went over his shoulder. The umpire said play on. Now, I think it's going to be a push on Blake Sutterby. It is. And he'll take the free kick from 50 for Newtown. So Sutterby has the footy now, and he goes with a right foot kick, which is turned over. Jared Walters had a good game so far for Colac, has taken the intercept mark.
Bit going on off the ball. Yeah. Mick Condi's gone to ground in a bit of a collision with Malikan, very slow to his feet. Now there's a little bit more going on because down the ground now Bond has got involved with Walters. So a couple of spot fires and the ball's now at right half forward. Chance here for Aaron Walters. Bombs it inside forward 50 and back with the flight. Hillman took the mark in the right forward pocket. Good legs shown by Hillman. And he'll want to come to the corridor, and Spokes didn't get to him. Pocock the fist. Diamond just a fit of the fumbles again with the wet footy. It's a bit chopped up, about 30 out from the goal at the western end. Barging his way through. Lang! One of the goals of the year from Darcy Lang.
Wow.
Through the pack at pace, he took the Sharon with him, and he kicks a Lammy's Tavern goal of the afternoon, and one of the best we'll see this year from the star Colac co-coach. They go to a 14-point lead, 3-3-21. Newtown and Chilwell 1-1-7. Darcy Lang on full display right there, all his talents.
Well, he hit that at absolute speed, and that was a full-on interception. And we just spoke about how clean his hands are in these conditions, and that just shows the difference in skill level, because that was absolutely unbelievable.
Cream rises to the top.
Terrific.
Darcy Lang back to the middle. Wilkinson stands, gives it to Bogue, who drops the football in the middle. Umpire says play on. Does he? Does he say push in the back?
Not sure about that one.
I'm not sure about that either. But anyway, Matt Bogue takes the free kick. He'll be happy about that.
Guys, just to add one time, there is a lot of surface water on the surface now, so it's really tricky conditions, as you can see.
Thanks, Birchie. And downstairs it's nice and wet now. Dustin Walters for Colac at half back. Panuccio just tried to slap it on. Coming across, Nash gave a push in the back as well. The umpire said play on. Coming across Barrow, who he dropped the football under pressure, 20 out from goal. And is that a free kick? Umpire says it is. Colac will relieve some pressure, and the ball will come back to Barrow. The last line of defence for Colac wants to go to the outer side. Tries to drill the ball to Liam Nash. Unfortunately for him, he plays for Newtown. Now Sinnott comes in to help out for the Eagles. He's wrapped up. Umpire says, give it to me. Umpire Jones will ball it up just inside 50 for Newtown.
As the rain continues to fall here at Elderslie Reserve, we got a break there during the quarter time break, but it's resumed as we've resumed. Tap down Wilkinson, roving Walters, handball off Bogue, quick snap around the corner from 50 to the pocket, front position fisted away by Aaron Walters, but a handball from Nash. McMahon haven't caught a lot of, gave a handball to Charlie Harris. McQuay, I reckon he laid a tackle and he didn't take possession. Charlie Harris, he played that really well. He knew that McQuay was behind him. He didn't take possession of the footy, and McQuay thought he had laid the tackle, and that's holding the man, and Charlie Harris to go back and kick a much needed goal for the Tigers. With these wet conditions, margins beyond 2 goals are going to be like gold this afternoon. Harris has played every game this year, kicked 12 goals. He's quickly approaching 50 GFL senior games, playing 44 this afternoon. 40 metres out, directly in front. Hasn't got the carry, or has it? Touched on the line. Touched on the line, and it's a minor score for Newtown there, 1-2-8. That's actually their first score since the 4-minute mark when Uriah Hollard goal to give them a 7-point lead. 1-2-8, Colac 3-3-21.
Quay's got it at half back for Colac. Goes a left foot kick towards a Crowded centre wing. Off the front, Lang gets a Shepherd. Or the don't argue as well, if you don't mind, of Matt McMahon. And then kicks it out to the wide open spaces on the outer side. Getting there first was Sinnott. Couldn't take it. Got 3 against him. Got to kick off the ground, though. But again, Renitz is there for Colac. He can chip the ball over the top. Hayes can't take the mark. And I think he got tunnelled a bit by Orb. Will get the free kick on centre wing. I don't think there'll be advantage. It's got to come back to the Geelong Falcon. And Cooper Hayes will take the free kick on centre wing.
Can't miss him in those aqua boots. Outer wing, short kick, half forward, mark drop by Bogue. Bailey Scott head over it, Sotheby the other way, lost it in the tackle. Bogue was clean, gave it to Foppiani for Newtown. Kick towards half back, standing tall and either being paid a mark or a free kick for too high is Dustin Walters. And he's got it just forward of the wing. Autumn Street side of the ground. That rain just easing slightly, Birchie, for Geelong Sports Medicine Centre.
Yeah, it's just a light drizzle now, but anything else from now on is going to make it really tricky on that surface.
Kick inside 50, wanted Simpkin. Kapala over the top, gave away a free kick for too high. Simpkin just outside 50, directing traffic, sending it, looking for Hillman. Back with the defensive spoil, Hocking rolls towards the boundary line, head over it, Harris. Lang lays a tackle, and he held on a little bit too long. Darcy Lang, that's a good decision. A lot of umpires would let that go, but the ball was well gone from the area when Lang laid the tackle, and Charlie Harris has got it in the right back pocket. In front of the McLean Pavilion. Goes short to Sotheby, and he marks just inside defensive 50. And they've got numbers back, Colac. They've set up well defensively, so getting out of here will be like picking the eyes out of the Colac defence. A kick to half back. Did Foppiani get a nudge from Renitz? Umpire said play on. Ball spills out. Front of the pack, Bond. Snap around the corner. Spokes attacks it for Colac. Boundary line is his saviour. And he takes that option. And out of play he goes with a boundary throw-in on Westie's wing. And we'll get a boundary throw in at the 8.5 minute mark on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. It's not going to be high scoring. It's not going to be free flowing, but it will be absorbing.
So a throw in. Zybell and Wilkinson. Wilkinson pushes Zybell past it. McMahon at the back of the pack gets a clearing kick towards half forward, but Walters reads it the better, wants to switch the play back to the middle. And foot race now. Does it get to Lang? It certainly does. He doesn't pick it up this time. He needs to put the tackle on. He did, and the ball spilt free. Hawker, he got wrapped up by Nash straight away from Newtown. And there will be a ball up point of the centre square at half forward for the Tigers.
A rare little fumble from him.
Drag him. Can you drag the co-coach for that?
I think so.
Zybell. And now Bogue through the middle, got hands free to McMahon. Handball over the top, Sinnott just punches it forward and gains 35 metres. At the back, Malikan. He falls over at the crucial stage, but got it back to Renitz. Goes on his left foot towards centre wing. Hawker tracks it back towards the boundary line. I think he might run out of room. He will. And we will have a boundary throw-in. 3-3-21, Colac. They lead Newtown 1-2-8. Harvey Norman, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all your big brands at Geelong's best prices.
Newtown and Chilwell 1-2-8. Colac 3-3-21. Port Phillip Ferry time clock approaching 10 minutes gone from that boundary throw. It might have been socket forward by Wilkinson. He sort of volleyed it on its way down, but Scott got back there first. Foppiani did well to lay a tackle, one of the best in the competition. That affected a turnover. Sinnott, Bogue tried to reel it in and then lost a handle on it. Foppiani lays another tackle and we'll get a ball up. Foppiani third in the GFL for tackles, late 70 coming into the contest. Now, I don't know whether you're keeping stats or not, but Matty Bogue would have hit the 500 mark. He was on 494 coming in this afternoon for Kerrs Hire.
He's well and truly had 6 this afternoon. He's been well in it. Wilkinson gets the kick away from the ruck contest over the back of the pack. Getting back there, Simpkin to help out. And, they all slide in. Oh, gee whiz, that was way too high. And Panuccio and McMahon not happy.
Was it an errant boot?
I think, yes, it was.
It's just the conditions.
Not intentional, just unfortunately the ground conditions helped that out. Jared Walters gets up, clutching their head. Might have a bit of a headache after that. Goes with a kick towards centre wing. Off hands at the front was Simpkin. The don't argue dropped the football. Now Diamond on the outside for Newtown. Sinnott with a left foot. Back inside 50. Falls for Bond. Waited for a handball. Got the kick instead. Probably should have gone the handball. Malikan for Colac takes the mark.
25 from his defensive goal. Kicks looking for Lang, who had to wait for it, but Orr couldn't shut him down. He goes wider with a kick to Hayes. Hayes can go forward to Jamison. Jamison will mark just in front of our best seats in the house. Rapco Cafe 24-7. 70 from goal. Inside 50 he goes. Not a great kick. Diamond showed real courage. And the free kick given away by Aaron Walters with the old-fashioned ear massage. Liam Nash didn't like the attention Aaron Walters gave Diamond, but Diamond showed real Real fortitude to stand under that one. He goes short to Hocking when they look to swing him forward and provide something different. He goes short to Nash, and former Footscray VFL stars got it. He goes with a wonderfully weighted kick onto the chest of Kapala, just back of the centre wicket area. He'll send a kick wide. He sees something he likes out there, and it's Sinnott. And they've done well here to use the footy precisely. He'll chip one over the top into the path of Pocock. He'll look to run away from Josh Garner. He's got Josh Garner well up the ground. I don't know whether we've called Josh Garner's name this afternoon. Haven't called a lot of Adam either, but in all fairness, the two 6'4" and a bit tall forwards, these aren't
Not
the conditions.
Not gonna, kicks like that into their last forward 50 is not going to help them either.
Ruck contest at the back. McMahon picks it up, handballs it to Nash. Gets a right foot kick, not too far, back towards the contest. Nash puts the tackle on in the end. Foppiani in there as well. The umpire will come in and ball it up right on 50.
The Leopold Sporties looks like a cracking game at the SCG. It's 58-50, the Suns lead, and we're not even at half time. Might be a beautiful late sort of winter's day up there, I would suspect.
From the ruck contest, Sotheby on the side, left foot kick, goes towards the pocket. Reynolds slid in, couldn't take the mark for Colac. And it's off hands, so we will have a boundary throw-in in the left forward pocket for the Eagles.
City to surf tomorrow or next week? Usually that's a bit of a symbol that the weather's going to change a little bit when you sit down and watch the City to surf on a Sunday in August.
Who watches the City to surf?
Kingy.
Gee whiz.
From the boundary throw-in.
Farnarkling next. You watch. You'll be watching that too.
There's going to be a free kick for a push. Barrow got a shove in the back from Bond. It was accidental, but it was a free kick. And Barrow, whose white shorts are no longer white, sends it wide to Garner. Worked off the footy by Maddock. He can't complete the mark. The 32 for Newtown. It's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in left half forward. Colac 3-3-21. Newtown 1-2-8. 13.5 minutes played on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. And a wonderfully classy goal from Darcy Langer, Lammy's Tavern goal of the afternoon contender, the only major kicked in this second quarter.
Thank God he kicked it too, because we're going to have some trouble, I think, today to get one of those. So that was good. Bad ball comes back from the ruck contest to Hocking on centre wing, open, right foot kick inside 50 at the back, clearing kick, Cooper Hayes. Not very far in the end. And ruck at a contest, Foppiani over the top. He got one high. The umpire said play on. Kick around the corner. Came back towards half forward. Hocking got a hand to it. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Pocock was there. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full, is it? It is. And a free kick's going to go to Newtown. So it must have come off the boot of Adam Garner. And Braden Hocking's going to take it at left half forward for the home side.
Just setting himself up behind the ball, Hocking, so he's the +1 behind the ball.
Goes now with the kick. Tries to spear it into the 50, but all he's done is turn it over to Cody Spokes for Colac.
Spokes with the ball in those blue boots that stick out on a gloomy afternoon. Sends it wide. Adam Garner, his target ball got out the back socket off the ground. Pocock. Hocking couldn't take a handle on the footy that came about 3 metres towards him. Little soccer, Adam Garner towards the boundary line, kept alive by Diamond. Non-preferred left, a high kick towards the forward 50 for Newtown and Chilwell. Rolling ball. Picked up nicely by Reynolds. Showed a little bit of the ball and then was able to jam it on his left boot, roll it towards Aaron Walters, but he couldn't get a handle on it, and we're going to be saying a lot of that today. Diamond in traffic, good tackle laid by McDonald and also Monaghan. He argues he got a handball, Diamond away. Umpire says, no, you didn't, that's holding the ball, and Ryan Monaghan will take it at right half back. A lot of play featuring out on that Autumn Street side of the ground, and it's with the former Tigers skipper right now.
Goes towards the middle. Pocock was there. Ball still in dispute. Through the middle, Pocock. Handball over the top to Sotheby near the cricket pitch area in the middle. He goes with a kick around the corner to Diamond. Can't take it. Coming across was Barrow. Umpire lets them go. Pack develops around them, and he will come in. Umpire Chaston and ball it up just forward of the centre circle for Newtown. 3-3-21 the Tigers. The Eagles 1-2-8. We're going to have a ball up for Pocock to get a big thump away. Goes towards half forward. Walters handball. Scott comes in. He can't take it. Hawker's there as well. Monaghan for Colac. Foppiani picked it up and then lost it in the tackle. He's on hands and knees. He dragged it back in. The umpire says held in, and we'll have another ball up. Come on, Kingy. Get the ball out of there.
Yeah, it's
Get it forward.
tough
Either
dance.
way.
Tough darts this afternoon. Umpire Chaston puts it into the air. Pocock maybe winning the ruck contest this time. Socket off the ground by Spokes into the middle of Elderslie Reserve. He goes again with another socket that buys 20 metres for his team, but it's picked up by Hocking. Handball to Byrne. Byrne heard the voice of Orr. Orr at right half back for the Towners. Kick around the corner. Orr went through the waiting arms of Sutterby. Time to recover, although the pressure came from Walters, and now the ball's taken out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds. Is that insufficient intent? Umpire says no against Hawker. And we'll get a boundary throw in. It's going to come back to the boundary umpire. And it is right on Westie's wing here on the Aberdeen or Geelong College Prep School side of the ground. Hurled back into play. Front position, Pocock. It's a shallow throw in. He almost took it cleanly. In the end, he picked it up on the bounce. A handball into the path of Matty McMahon, but he was confronted from the other way by Joffy Simpkins. Socket forward for Newtown towards right half forward. Malikan just fisted it forward 20 metres. Smart play to Spokes. Spokes a handball that Lang just had to wait for, but he reeled it in nicely. Kicks on the right, a real helicopter inside 50. That's tough to mark, but Hocking was good for Newtown, going back with the flight, taking it on the chest to hold things up for the Towners again. Being played between the arcs at the moment, Kirsch.
It is, and it's interesting that they're playing a +1 Newtown considering the conditions, but that was a good mark by Hocking, who is the +1.
Got it to Bogue, who goes out with the kick towards half forward. Hayes, handball, McQuay, he dropped in the tackle. Coming back the other way, he puts the tackle on at 50, so he holds it up. Went back and fixed it up after he couldn't take the ball forward, and we'll have a ball up. Newtown into attack. Minerva Road end of Elderslie Reserve. Pocock having a run in the ruck and getting it down as well towards Condi. McMahon through the middle. Part of the C goes towards the forward pocket position. And there's going to be a big pack there. And somebody coming in a bit late there for Newtown. Nash also coming in. Ball up. Hollard's on hands and knees as the ball goes in the air. It might come to him. Handball over the top towards Cooper Hayes. He dropped the football. A throw, said the umpire. Whichever one you like. Free kick, Newtown. And I think it's going to be Jordan Wattles who put the tackle on. Or Hollard, is it? No, it's Walters. And he will have a shot for goal in the left forward pocket for the Eagles.
Hollard tried hard to claim it.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Was it him or the Walters?
So Jordan Walters, he will be shooting from about 35 out on the boundary line. No breeze to speak of. And I think the rain has stopped for the moment, but still wet underfoot. So we'll see how he goes for distance-wise. He comes in, and that's pretty good. The goal umpire has not had to move 1 inch either way and saw that over the head for his first of the afternoon. And the second for Newtown. They go to 2-2-14. Trail Colac 3-3-21. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Given the conditions and how heavy that ball would be, that was a terrific kick for goal on that angle deep in the pocket. And he slotted it straight through the middle. But that's their second goal, Jace, from forward 50 pressure or forward 50 tackles. So on a day like today, that's probably what's going to get you the advantage. And they've been doing it well, Newtown, when they do get the opportunity deep in their goal line.
Oh, Thompson looked like putting a cricket score on Anarchy. It's 90-3 at half time. Back in the middle. Rolling ball, Monaghan knocked forward by Zybell after he couldn't take possession. Socket off the ground, Spokes, not for the first time in this second quarter for Colac. Taken without the footy. That'll be a free kick, I suspect, going to Charlie Harris against McQuay. Charlie, I might have been teammates of the Falcons, I reckon. Charlie Harris goes wide, puts it onto the chest of Condi. Condi's got it, true centre wing, the veteran. Lowers the eyes and sends a kick on the skid towards Nash, harassed out of it by Barrow towards the boundary line, trying to keep it alive with Sutterby. Gee, the work rate of Sutterby is from contest to contest to contest.
Dry or wet, he's just a fantastic footballer.
No doubt will be a target of the Ammo's coaching staff.
1 pointer.
Monaghan, right half back. Got the free. There was a free kick paid. Kick to the wing, and that's a good mark by Hocking in a pack. That's a tough grab under pressure, and that pressure was coming from Aaron Walters. Oh, sorry, actually, I was right the first time. Aaron Walters. Quick kick forward. Diamond has got it. Edge of the centre wicket area. Driving ball inside forward 50 for the Towners. Nash just worked Barrow off the footy. Nash marked, quickly turned, kicked, and Wilkinson will stroll into an open goal. A rare goal for Cam Wilkinson. He's first of the season for the big fella and just the fifth of his 43-game career. and the margin is back to 1 and something out of nothing for the Eagles. They go to 3-2-20. Colac 3-3-21 on the second quarter. K-Rock, Harvey Norman scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
It's really good to see that because Jace actually pointed out to me earlier on in this quarter, about 7 or 8 minutes ago, that Zybell pushed really hard forward and stayed forward and tried to stretch Wilkinson a little bit. And on the flip side now, Wilkinson actually stretched Zybell forward. So good to see.
And back in the middle for Zybell and Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it down. McMahon to run onto it on the cricket pitch area. Left foot kick towards half forward. Leading the way there was McCarthy. Just dropped the ball in the tackle. Sinnott, can he pick it up? Yes, he can. And goes with a left foot kick from the boundary line back to the top of the square. Hollard has to stand behind this time. Through the middle, Reynolds. He can't take it. Bond. Oh, Hollard got one eye. And the umpire said, yes, I agree with you, Jason. And he will take the free kick. Uriah Hollard about 30 metres out, slight angle. Chance for his second and for the lead for the home side.
I didn't see this coming 5 minutes ago.
A little bit of a comeback, fight back, enjoying some time in forward 50, not just forward half.
Well, they're playing, as I said, between the arcs there for a heck of a long time, Kirsch.
Must have been a sale on blue boots were there in Geelong this week. There's plenty of them. Uriah Hollard's got a pair of them too. Very snaz. Wants to come in for his second of the afternoon. Right foot kick has missed everything. And, in fact, it hasn't even made the distance. And Newtown have been able to get it around to Condi, who wheels around too easy on the left foot and has just got through for one behind because it was punched on the line by Dustin Walters. So through for a behind to Newtown. So scores level here at Elderslie. 3-3-21 apiece. Harvey Norman, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard.
Rennett's just waiting for the footy to return to his possession. It's just behind the goals at the eastern end of the ground, or the Minerva Road end of the ground. For those who know Elderslie Reserve, hope you're enjoying the call through K-Rock 955 as much as we are bringing it to you. Jane Birch, Jason Doherty, Matt Kershaw, Tom King with you on a Saturday afternoon. Late in season 2023, Rennett to driving kick to halfback Adam Garner. His target ball went over his and Zybell's head to go off the ground. Jamison, that was smart play. Got it past the runner in Wade McSparrow, and then another little soccer from Lang, and that's soccer. Will that be insufficient intent? Umpire Irvin's got some speed up. Throw it in. Well, of course he's trying to keep it alive, although there's a little smirk on the face of Darcy Lang as he stands about 15 metres away from us at the stoppage and think he might have got away with one.
It's not a rule almost in local football, is it? You don't see it paid that often.
Boundary throw in. It'll favour Zybell, who went to go off the ground but had a fresh airy. Picked up by Dustin Walters. Matt McMahon wraps him up. Matt McMahon hasn't had a huge influence on this contest. Sorry, it was McCarthy that was wrapped up. Ball into the air, 52 metres out from the Colac goal. Zybell one down the tap. Here's McMahon, dumped in a really good Cody Spokes tackle. That was strong from the veteran Tiger, and still outside 50, but a little bit closer to the boundary line. We'll get a ball up left half forward. Mutual taps on the bum from Spokes and McMahon for the efforts.
Wilkinson got it down in the ruck contest. Bogue through the middle. Spokes again got one high. Umpire said no, you didn't. He did, but he didn't see it. And Spokes will get up with Kapala. Zybell will give the football back to the umpire.
A lot of helping each other out off the ground from the opposition.
You don't like that, do you?
No, I don't.
Zybell got it down. Sutterby wrapped up by Spokes. Lang, he got one eye too. Don't worry about that. He's not happy with it. McMahon. He gave one to McMahon too. And another one too. And it's on. It's on for young and old Darcy Yang and Matt McMahon. Look at them going at it. They don't like each other. Have a look. It's fight night at Festival Hall. And the ball's been thrown up about 20 metres away. And Zybell was right with Darcy Lang. And then Wilkinson got a massive thump away towards Rennett's on centre wing.
Yeah, just a couple of little jumper punches in there between the pair of them. Now Charlie Harris sends it towards a vacant forward 50. A rolling ball. Hayes first back there for Colac. Puts a handball over the top that will skid into the path of Hawker. Hawker inside defensive 50. Sends a kick wide. Not a great kick. Burn at ground level. Couldn't pick it up. McQuay was very good. Handball off. Quick kick forward by Hawker towards half forward. Ben McCarthy lost the handle on the footy. Scott was taken high surely by Maddock. Now advantage being paid. Quick kick inside forward 50. It should have been advantage because Rani Jamison is all alone 20 metres out.
That was he kicked it as the whistle
knowing
blew.
That was
So they've been denied a certain goal. Rani Jamison would have run into an open goal for Colac, but instead it's going to come all the way back to Bailey Scott who looks to take on the man on the mark. Now kicks through the outstretched arms of Foppiani, very wide, and Spokes, the unlikely marking target inside forward 50, takes it on the chest in front of the netball pavilion. Scoreboard showing 3-3-21 apiece thanks to Harvey Norman. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. Won't be a long second quarter, you suspect, with just the 3 goals kicked as what we got in the first quarter.
Kick.
This would be. Man on the mark, 35 from goal. He gets very close to that man on the mark and has put it out on the full and into the car park at the western end of the ground, the old Cement Works end of the ground. And we'll get a free kick for the Towners to be taken by Nelson Brown. I suspect that if there's footage, although it's a long way away from the camera, that little tape between Lang and McMahon, so nothing to see here. Move on, gentlemen.
It's just Darcy was pretty well restrained, I thought. There's jumper punches to be had, but
ball, Brown kicks it back in. No mark taken by Renitz. Off hands goes towards centre wing. Panuccio tried to tap it on, but right next to him was Dustin Walters. Saw it over the line. Boundary throw in centre wing on the outer side.
I'm not sure there was much in it to start with anyway. Start a little fisticuffs.
Yeah.
I think McMahon was a little bit indiscriminate in his attack. I think he had Lang in his sights.
Good to see.
Boundary throw-in, true centre wing out of size. Zybell and Wilkinson get a chance to take a breath. Now they'll compete. Favours Wilkinson, although Zybell got a tap on it. Bailey Scott trying to run onto the loose foot. He had it knocked away by Bogue into the path of Foppiani. And free kick too high going against Cody Spokes to the Newtown youngster. Foppiani in the long sleeve 44, driving a kick towards half forward. 2 Tigers fly, including Aaron Walters, and it's off Dustin Walters. It's off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. And that boundary umpire on that outer side of the ground just been kept busy as we tick past 28 minutes gone on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. There's no better way to travel to the footy. Check out portphillipferries.com.au as there's a free kick page, Jason.
There is in the ruck contest. Cam Wilkinson has got it, gives the handball away to Byrne. He goes with the kick in towards full forward. Nash from behind. His second effort. Can he pick it up? He can't. Needs some support. Comes at the side of the pack. Sinnott from the pocket. Left foot kick. Oh, gee whiz. Wasn't far away in the end, I think, for Archie Sinnott, but he's put it through 4-1 behind. They take the lead. The Eagles 3-4-22. They lead Colac 3-3-21. Harvey Norman K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard.
First lead since the 10-minute mark of the opening term for the Towners. It's the barest of margins. Tom Rennett's just waiting for the Sharon to be retrieved. Not many people standing around the ground as the rain continues to fall. More showery now than anything, but still enough to keep people in their vehicles. Rennett's runs his full measure, drives a kick to half-back. Spokes his target against Bogue. Bogue couldn't mark Spokes, roved it at the back of the pack, and that is half-time here at Elderslie Reserve. An arm wrestle between the Towners and the Tigers. Battle of the top 3. It'll guarantee a top 3 finish for Newtown if they can get this win and other results go their way to the afternoon here at Elderslie Reserve. It's Newtown by a point. Half a game of an arm wrestle to go. We're underway with Jason Doherty.
So here goes Cam Wilkinson and Zach Zybell. Zybell gets it down, but rode by McMahon, chopped off by Spokes, who can't take it. McMahon's second effort was a right handball to Mitchie Diamond. Left foot kick around the corner towards Nash. Got a hand to it, couldn't take it. Walters' handball was okay. Condi off a step. Inside an open, vacant 50. Who's going to get back there first? Rennett's. Which way is it going to bounce? They slide into it. Handball on the up. Kick around the corner. Missed a target. Devlin comes at it for Newtown. Still 40 out from their goal. Quick kick from the pack towards the top of the square. Getting back there is Walters. And Dustin Walters goes to the outer side for Colac. Got the numbers there, but they can't take the mark. Tapped on by Pocock. Goes back in board towards full forward. Bond kick off the ground across the face of goal. Hits the behind post out of bounds for a throw in left forward pocket for Newtown.
Interesting. Nash started on the half forward flank and was calling the midfielders in because they were all looking for Bailey Scott, and Bailey Scott started off the back of the square from half back.
Missed opportunity there for the Towners. Minute played on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock in this third quarter. Zybell got front position, won the double tap down. Jordan Walters ready to pounce. Wilkinson a handball. A little bit too hot for Bond. Ball spills out the back, a rolling ball. Bow quick snap around the corner. Numbers back for Colac. Melican could have marked that if he had been called in by Dustin Walters, or Walters could have called him out and marked on the chest, I should say, Aaron Walters. And it is a 2-point Newtown lead, 3-5-23, 3-3-21. that might come back to actually be influential to the result of the contest.
Well, it's ruined the pendulum.
Almost like an own goal there from Jack Melican.
Yeah, you're right there. So Rennett's plays on from full back, goes to the outer side, half back flank. The only person who ran out was Luke Maddock. And he takes the mark for Newtown, wants to drive it back inside 50, does so now into the pocket. Bond goes up, can't take the mark off the side of the pack. Condi. Hayes tracked it back for Colac, needs to get the handball away. That's holding the ball, umpire. Yes, it is. He had a chance to get rid of the ball. Cooper Hayes didn't do so first attempt, and now Jordan Walters has got the footy 45 from goal in the right forward pocket.
Joey's now by 36 over Bell Park.
Wow. Jeez. No troubles there. Everybody was worried. Kirsch was.
Yeah, it was. You got to worry about those games. Bell Park have been going okay. Their ladder position indicates they've improved a fair bit this year.
So Jordan Walters, who's kicked one, this would be the perfect start in this third term for the home side. He comes in now. Right foot kick, skinny, and through for all. Out of bounds on the full. Full for out of bounds on the full. So free kick, Colac, last line of defence.
Rennetts will take the free kick, left back pocket, a long way from home as the rain teams down here in the left back pocket. He runs away and drives a ball towards half back, outer side of the ground. Adam Garner, his target. Ball spills to the ground. Charlie Harris, a handball on the bounce to Bogue. Bogue snaps for Newtown towards forward 50. Condi can't mark. Good spoil from behind Cooper Hayes. Front of the pack, Spokes for Colac. He's wrapped up by McMahon. And also Mick Condi, and we'll get a ball up, right half forward. 55 from the Towners' goal. They lead by 2. Any score this afternoon is going to, the second half is going to prove very vital. Charlie Harris head over it, Bogue head over it, scoops it forward. 15 metres trying to find a teammate. Soccer off the ground by Walters. That was Dustin going nowhere. Good tackle laid by Sutterby as he wraps up Jack Walters for Colac, and we'll get a ball up inside 50, about 35 metres out from the Towners' goal.
Zybel goes up early, then comes down, double fist off the pack. At the back, Malikan plays the goalkeeper role for Colac, comes towards Jamison, falls over the crucial stage. Charlie Byrne cops it. McQueen got one high. Umpire said play on, so the kick around the corner came from Colac by McCarthy. Goes towards Scott. Diamond right next to him. Pushes him over the boundary line for a throw-in on centre wing.
That could have gone the other way because McCoy went in underneath.
Yeah, it was a real 50-50 one, wasn't it?
The umpire hesitated in making his decision to go which way.
Yeah. Birchie, just keep an eye on Ben McCarthy too for St John of God injury. Just struggling a little bit against Mick Condi, I think, too. At the back there, a little bit of a leg injury. The ball comes through and goes towards half forward for Newtown. Walters and also Adam Garner. They go towards Simpkin, tries to get away. He got rid of the football just, did he? The umpire said no, he didn't. He's going to be holding the ball. Newtown free kick, half back.
Consistent rain continues to fall here at Eldersley Reserve.
It's actually trying to sun as well.
There's a bit of both going on.
Random.
Kapala to half back. Sutterby got a hand on it, couldn't mark, but he does the roving off the hands of the pack. Quick kick into space. Bond will be first there in a push and shove with Malikan. Bond a little soccer off the ground. Will look to go again and buys about 15 metres for his team. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw-in is the decision. You can't pay that as insufficient intent.
Not today.
Not when teams are trying to get the ball moving forward. He wants to keep that in play, Lockie Bond, and try and outlast Jack Malikan. Boundary throw-in, about 60 around from the Newtown goal. Hurled back into play. It's a shallow throw-in. Zybel, front position, got a hand on it, knocked it to the front of the pack, but Foppiani was waiting for it for Newtown. Little soccer off the ground, Mick Condi into the left forward pocket, and that's out of bounds in that forward pocket at the western end of the ground. Boundary thrown. Jack Malikan again, maybe trying to convince the umpire that was insufficient intent. And we'll get a boundary throw-in. 5.5 minutes played, Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. And it's Newtown by 2 points, 23 playing 21.
Boundary throw in. Great mirth with the boundary umpire here for Kirsch. Ball
Very
from the
animated boundary
umpire. Goes towards the boundary line again. And
theatrical's the word I'm looking for.
That's the word. That's a very good word.
Sees it over.
Doing it there, probably that's why they're doing GFL senior games, because they're on the ball.
Sure, that's necessary, but anyway.
Short boundary throw in. Now Zybell from the back spokes, can't take it. Slippery as you'd expect. Mel McCarthy kick. Didn't go very fast, Spokes. Got his head in there and got the ball to his foot, but only as far as the boundary line. 50 out from the Newtown goal. We'll have another boundary throw in. 3-5-23 Newtown. Colac 3-3-21. Apco Cafe 24/7. K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard, and here is Tom King.
Is the rain at its heaviest now for Geelong Sports Medicine Centre, Birchie?
Yeah, it started up again. Some really big drops coming down now, so just getting more and more difficult out there.
Free kick in the ruck contest. Zybell manhandled Wilkinson. Zybell takes off quickly to the sit in the hole. Nobody stands the mark. If Wilkinson's aware, he'll realise that nobody's on the mark, so he runs to 52, pulls the kick very harshly to the left, and it's out of bounds on the full despite the efforts of Nash and Bond to mark, and it'll be a free kick to the Tigers, who right now, Kirsch for the Sporting Globe, but just hemmed inside their defensive 50 by the Towners.
Yeah, they're doing what they did to Newtown in the first quarter. First quarter and a half, really, and couldn't get it out. But they've really got to find a way here. They've got to get some numbers down the line, or they've got to try and use some shorts. But either way, they've got to get some time in forward half.
Scott puts a handball into the path of Lang. Lang went to go off the ground, but diving across was Orr. Another soccer off the ground. That might have been by Bailey Scott. Another soccer forward for Colac, and they are at forward 50, but playing back there, Pocock slung in the tackle, turned it over. Simpkin pounces. Simpkin sees an open goal. Didn't get enough. Purchase on the kick, and Nelson Brown does the old volleyball dig. It was a volleyball dig on the ball to see it through for a rush behind, and the margin is back to 1.
Kingy, if he got some air on it, someone could have spiked it, I reckon.
That's what Cam Wilkinson did earlier, big volleyball spike.
Brown kicks it in. Looks for Byrne, can't take it. Off the pack, Bailey Scott. Bogue now for Newtown. Got it away to Byrne again. Left foot kick. Back into attack now with a kick towards Nash. Pushes Reynolds past the football. Nash, he had it and he lost it. And saw it over the boundary line. He big laugh as he turns around and goes, I had that, I was away. But then he dropped it just at the crucial stage out of bounds.
You reckon Liam Nash doesn't look at these conditions and go,
he loves it. He's like the wild man of Borneo. He loves it. Ball from the ruck contest. Wilkinson's handball was chopped off. Monahan, Foppiani, Condi can't get the kick away. Monahan's kick was smothered. Falls towards Bogue. Zybell with a fresh air shot. Now inside 50. Newtown coming at it. Sinnott kicked it off the ground. Bond past Sinnott again. He just puts the tackle on. Pressure from Newtown. Deep forward. Walters over the top of it. Pack develops. And we're going to have a ball up about 20 out from goal.
Just got an update from the Grovedale South Barwon game. Grovedale 53, South Barwon 50. Half time.
Wow. Jeez. Gee, no rain at Burdoo.
No.
It's a high-scoring affair, isn't it?
Tap down Wilkinson. Taken high McMahon. Yeah, he sold it. He's going to get a free kick, the veteran. And then he gets a little push from Zybell. And now a push from Nash, and Bond gets involved, and Ben McCarthy. And when it's all said and done, playing game 243 this afternoon, Matt McMahon will look to add to his 135 career goals. Charlie Harris comes storming from the ground. He'll be replaced. Uriah Hollard's back out there in a pair of shorts that would be not out of place in Eddie Betts's wardrobe. They are baggy as all hell. I reckon you could put 3 of Uriah Hullard in those shorts. McMahon, 25 out, directly in front, goals, and then he runs at Tom Reynolds to let him know all about it. Does the veteran Eagle. And they lead by 7. It's their equal biggest lead of the contest. 4-5-29, playing 3-4-22 on the third quarter. K-Rock, Apco Cafe 24/7 scoreboard. The new Benny Jaffel, ham, cheese, egg, hollandaise. Try it now, only at Apco Cafe 24/7.
As silly as this sounds, it's probably not a bad result to get that ball and get it back to the centre, so they can at least 50-50 the ground and have an opportunity to get the ball inside their forward half, because they haven't been able to so far in the first 10 minutes of this game. I know they kicked a point, but they've been far and few between. So a bit of a coach killer as well, a free kick sort of 15 metres out from goal. So Colac will respond here. It'd be interesting to see how they do.
Zybell up early, got it down to Monahan, tried to get the handball to Hawker. He's ripped off the football by Sutterby, coming off the wing. That's McDonald, got a free kick, made sure the umpire saw it, he did.
A couple of ironic cheers from the crowd then.
Probably from the coaching staff by the sounds of it. Wasn't too happy at half-time, Ro.
He wasn't.
Bryce McDonald with a right foot kick to half forward. Pack develops. Garner can't take the mark. Pushed off the football with Sutterby. Orr comes in as well for Newtown. Falls towards Scott, who goes long towards the goal. Might have jumped over the back. It has. Bailey Scott And as always happens when it rains, it just fell over the back and skidded through. And Bailey Scott, as there's a bit of push and shove too. And surprise, surprise, Matt McMahon's involved. Aaron Hawker's in there as well. Panuccio's involved. There's a little bit of tangle at half forward for Colac. Darcy Lang comes over. He's not happy with Panuccio either. And there's a bit of what they would call a fracas
I did
at
say
half
that this
forward.
would be heated, didn't I?
Yes,
at
you
half time,
did.
I said there was going to be a little bit of feeling, Jace.
Bailey Scott has kicked the goal. 4-4-28.
They're gonna ball it up. They're gonna
Newtown.
ball it up.
4-5-29.
Ryan Monaghan and Connor Foppiani, your unlikely ruckman. Foppiani won the tap down, socket forward Nash. Diving slips catch.
What's going on?
That was a hanger contender. That's a good mark by Seb Barrow. Barrow goes wide and puts it onto the chest of McLaughlin. Haven't called a lot of. Underground left foot kick. Rolling ball to left half forward. Simpkin on hands and knees. Try to get a handball up. Hawker taken high by Burns. Surely will win a free kick.
You'll never see that outnumbered 2-1 in the centre square. Ball up.
Well, the umpire's just got it moving, and that gets players moving. Quick kick inside forward 50. It's knocked away from Josh Garner. The clearing kick by Byrne for Newtown. Middle of the ground. Numbers back there for the Tigers, including the skipper Melican. Nash, frontal contact.
Whack.
That's got to be a high free kick. A little bit indiscriminate there from Liam Nash. And
Stop the play.
And Melican, Melican has to go laterally with the kick. Genuflecting and marking at left half back was Aaron
Dustin
Walters.
Yeah.
And then the short kick, or Dustin Walters, I should say. And then
Livened up a bit anyway, the game.
it has. It's at half forward. And just limping out of that pack, I reckon, is Lockie Bond. Keep an eye on that Birchie for St John of God. Just not moving freely after the contest there.
Wilkinson got it down to Bogue. He gets ripped off the football without it. Sutterby gets pushed past the football, gets a push, said the umpire. And Sutterby will take it right half forward, just inside the centre square. Eagles, they go wide with the kick. On the bounce, Bogue picks it up. 65 from goal, back towards Hawker. Zybell got a hand to it. Jordan Walters kick off the ground towards Panuccio. He can't pick it up. Kick off the ground, McQuay. He gets it back into the middle. Simpkin falls over the crucial stage. Maddock got the kick away, but only as far as Barrow at half back. Don't know what he's waiting for. Goes for a torpedo punt. Kicks out wide over the head of Scott. Panuccio goes back for Newtown to help out. His handball was all right to Maddock. He got the handball out further afield to Diamond.
Diamond will pull the kick towards Westie's wing, one-on-one. Hollard, Barrow. Hollard, good spoil. Knocked into the path of a teammate, and the kick forward comes from Devlin. Devlin just kicks for space, and it back skids out of bounds for a boundary throw. And smart kick by Devlin there, just to get it inside forward 50. Knowing that the umpires can't start paying insufficient intent now, because they've been consistently not paying it this afternoon based on the conditions. As the rain has stopped, and in the west, the low-setting sun is actually starting to shine. Tapped down Wilkinson off the hands of the pack spokes, left it behind, so Zybell picked it up, kicked it forward. McQuay tried to protect the drop zone of the mark, couldn't take the mark. McMahon brought to ground by Lang, and the veteran Eagle will win the free kick, and he not only draws a free kick, but produces a McLean's-like smile. He's kicked towards Boga to take it on the half volley, turn and kick quickly on the left boot. Zybell back with the flight. Oh, surely got one high there from Bond, and he'll get a free kick. Will the Colac big man? He wants to get the ball moving very quickly and wide. He finds Lang in the long sleeves, marking just outside defensive 50 on the outer side of the ground.
Co-coach with the right foot this time, puts it out in front of Hillman, but Brown comes across and punches it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
AFL scores: Essendon 64, North Melbourne 57, 31 and a half minutes gone third quarter, and almost 25 played at the SCG. Sydney 86, Gold Coast 71.
So boundary throw in, right half forward for the Eagles on the outer side. 29 plays 28 here. Pendulum working a treat for Kirsch at the moment. 1 point the difference. Boundary throw in for Wilkinson and Zybell. Neither really get to the ruck contest. Poor boundary throw in. Bogue over the back. He's had plenty of it again this afternoon. Runs away. 65 from goal. Puts it towards Bond. He's got two on him. He can't quite take the mark. Renitz comes in to help out. His little left foot kick goes out wide. McMahon tracks it back. Lang's there as well. Zybell over the top of it. Loses the football in the tackle. McMahon rides the bump. Held up. Not going anywhere. Ball up. 60 out from the Eagles' goal.
Good tackle by McQuay.
Was. Yep.
Only about 235 games difference in experience there.
Yeah, he's given away a few free kicks today too, McQuay, so it was good levels.
Oh, that's a free kick. Curly to Spokes
That has
over
to
the
be.
top. Yeah,
Holding the ball.
Now we'll be holding the ball.
Oh,
Well, gee, big stiff. He might have copped one high, but Sinnott quickly wants to play on in the short sleeve 34 this afternoon. Kick inside 50. Couple of Tigers getting each other's way. Dustin Walters, though, with the fist, sees it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in with McCarthy. And in front of the netball pavilion, right forward pocket, western end of the ground. And they're in attack, the Towners. They lead by 1, as they did at half-time. Both teams adding 1 goal, 1, as we've gone 16 and a half minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
Wilkinson got it down in the ruck. Spokes gets a clearing kick outside defensive 50. Neither McQuay couldn't pick it up, and neither could Sutterby over the top. Now Wars over the top of him. The umpire will come in, ball it up. 60 out from the Eagles. Goal.
North Melbourne back to within 7 points of the Bombers at three-quarter time.
So, boundaries, ball up. Zybell got it down. Lang pushed past the football by Bogue. Ball still in dispute. Handball was okay to Berg. His handball over the top to Sutterby. Kick around the corner. Zybell stands in the way for Colac. Left foot kick to centre wing. And coming at it, no mark taken, was Pocock. Through the middle, Hillman. Dropped the football in the tackle. Umpire said yes, he did. And needs something from Luke Hillman, I reckon, Kirsch.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one who's got a little bit of X factor down there, isn't he? So needs him to inject himself into this game one way or another.
Went back to Hocking. Hocking went looking for Kapala. Handball went through his legs. Bogue, though, wonderful rundown tackle from Adam Garner. As Bogue was about to kick, wins a free kick, but as he played on, kicked it straight into Devlin. It deflected for Spokes. Handball over the top for Hawker. Buffeted off it by Devlin, who played that really well. Now Maddock with the clearing kick for the Towners out wide, and he finds Panuccio. Missed opportunity there for Colac. So back of the wing, Panuccio. Not required at Geelong VFL level. Sends a kick towards right half forward. Nash comes with a run off the hands of the pack. Malikan cleaned up nicely. Neat little kick. The mark dropped though by Hawker. Open the door for Burns. Socketed off the ground to his own advantage. Gaelic style. In fact, it was Devlin. And then he's wrapped up in a tackle by Barrow and going nowhere. And 52 out from the Newtown goal. Gee, goal either way. I know it's only 18 minutes into the third quarter, but the way this arm wrestle's being played, if they can push out to a 7-point lead, that'd be really handy for the Eagles, while the Tigers would like to take back the lead.
Just a couple of mistakes by the Tigers are giving Newtown some good looks at it.
Ball from the ruck contest. McMahon. He's wrapped up by Hawker. Ball spills free. Wilkinson got the kick up the chimney. Punched away. Side of the pack. Coming across it was Lang. Got towards Spokes. Pushed past the foot. Hayes. Handball. No. Turnover. Sutterby. Kick. Back towards the top of the square. Who's going to take it? Through the middle was McCarthy for Colac. Up the chimney towards Spokes. Can't take the overhead mark. Second effort was okay. Got rid of the football. Macquarie was wrapped up. And Panuccio over the top of him. Still inside 50 for the Eagles. And another ball up.
St Albans 29, North Shore 60, St Mary's 51, Lara 51, St Joseph's 51, Lara 15, St Joseph's 51, Bell Park 15, Leopold 49, Geelong West 2, and a free kick being paid going back to McQuay inside defensive 50 for the Tigers. 19 minutes played. This won't be a long third quarter. No. And McQuay with the footy, left footer. Sends it towards half-back, outer side of the ground. Zybelli's target, fisted away by Wilkinson. Front of the pack, overrun by Hocking. Ball out of bounds, boundary throw-in. 4-5-29, Newtown and Chilwell. 4-4-28, Colac. Third quarter, thanks to Epco Cafe 24/7 and the all-new Benny Jaffel.
You'll be able to go to watch the last quarter at St Joey's in Bell Park the way we're going, Kirsch. Boundary throw-in, centre wing on the outer side. Coming up, and to meet it was Walters, Aaron, and he couldn't take it. Pack develops around him. Hawker gets up and McMahon gets up the last. Hands the ball to umpire Jones for another ball up. Bell goes early. Wilkinson got it down. Now running onto it was Barrow. Handball from Bogue to Sutterby. He kicks it around the corner towards half forward. McCarthy comes back for Colac. Can't take it. Condi's handball was chopped off. Coming the other way was McCarthy again. Little toe poke. Condi dropped the football again. Hayes tried to tap it to Lang. Clean, as always. Right foot kick. Open half forward flank. No mark taken. Simpkin may have got one high. Hillman over top and tried to toe poke it up towards Spokes. He can't take it. Simpkins there as well. Ball spills free. Through the middle. Handball came out the back for Diamond to clear it for Newtown. Goes towards centre wing. Zybell tracks it back. Got Hayes in support. He can pick it up. Handballs it back 10 metres. Kick off a step by Malikan out wide. Close to the boundary line, and it is rolled out. Now it has for a throw-in centre wing on the outer side.
29-28 as we approach 21 minutes played in this third quarter on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Just the 2 goals kicked so far as we're into time on in the third quarter. Tap down at the front, Wilkinson. McQuay's just got into the game in this third quarter. He's over the ball, wrapped up by Charlie Harris. Ned Harris playing with Footscray in the VFL this afternoon. Newtown also losing Ayres and Lloyd to Geelong, who were well beaten. Foppiani lays a tackle on Cody Spokes. Spokes has his momentum halted for the moment, and we'll get a ball up at true centre wing. Outer side, once again into the air, Zybell, Wilkinson, they've been constant companions this afternoon. Spokes slung in the tackle of Bow, got a handball away, Condi stole it, and then he was brought to ground and going nowhere, and we'll get a ball up. That was Hawker doing some good work, and we stay on that outer wing as we approach 21 3/4 minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time.
Zybell takes it out of the ruck, then kicks it up the chimney, comes back towards Walters and Walters for either team. Ball comes towards half forward now. Kick off the ground by Charlie Harris. Was partly smothered. McQuay gets back there. He can't pick it up for Colac. Oh, and a big WWE, big rough and tumble in there. And there's going to be a ball up. 50 out from the Newtown goal. They pushed it forward here. Pocock with a ruck in the ruck contest. McQuay can't take it. Walters, Jared for Colac. He was tackled without it, but the umpire said that's okay. He is going to get up with Matt McMahon, and the umpire is going to come in and ball it up again. 50 from the Newtown goal for Pocock to have a run in the ruck up against Garner. Josh, ball towards Nash, who came out at pace for Newtown. Now McDonald tried to get the clearing kick, only as far as Pocock. Coming the other way, Walters. Aaron got one high, will take the free kick at left half back for the Tigers.
Oh, and he just tripped. He went to go backwards and he tripped over his own teammate, Josh Garner. He didn't realise he was there. It was sort of David Clark behind the umpire at St Mary's all those years ago.
May well have been similar to that.
Walters to half back. No mark taken there by Mitch Diamond, I reckon, who emerged in a clean jumper in the second half. And we'll get a ball up at right half forward. Umpire Irvin puts it into the air. Josh Garner doing the ruck work. Pocock from behind. Won the tap down. Spokes crashed the pack and then jammed it on the boot to the wing. Adam Garner had it spoiled away by Maddock. Front of the pack. Little toe poke coming from Aaron Walters. Sucker off the ground for Colac. Buys about 25 metres and they get it to left half forward. And a boundary throw in. 4-5-29, 4-4-28. It's low scoring, but geez, it's absorbing in this third quarter, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. As the rain, for the moment, seems to have disappeared, but conditions will remain greasy and slippery for the last quarter and a bit.
Boundary throw in. Garner and Pocock. Pocock gets it down. Lang rows it. Left foot kick inside 50. Going back, Scott couldn't take it for Colac. Off hands. Defensively, Byrne. And they see it over the boundary line. Newtown for a throw in. The Tigers into attack.
It's one of the rare times this quarter, so they need to get something out of this just before the bell. Wouldn't be too much time left, only a couple of minutes, I'd suggest.
24 played, Port Phillip Ferries time clock, third term here at Elderslie. Boundary throw in. Pocock punches it away. Spokes, he's over the top of it, leaves the football in the end. Bogue picked it up. Byrne got slung as he got the kick away. Falls towards Charlie Harris. McDonald's kick, Garner's kick was partly smothered. Foppiani comes in with a tackle, and Bogue's in there as well. The umpire will come in, ball it up, left half forward, Colac into attack.
25 minutes almost played. Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Game in a state of flux for the moment. Ball into the air. Josh Garner doing the ruck work from behind Pocock. Bailey Scott's got his head over the ball. So is Cody Spokes. Spokes has had a really good after. I've enjoyed his game.
He's
schematic standout sort of arrangement from Cody Spokes. He's been everywhere trying hard for the Tigers. If they lose today, it won't be because of his lack of effort. Josh Garner winning the tap down, but the roving nearly done by Sutterby. Fisted forward by Lang inside forward 50. How will it sit up for Aaron Walters? It won't sit up for him. Knocked away by Kapala, but only back towards Spokes. Spokes was dragged down without it, I reckon.
Yeah, he was.
And Charlie Byrne was the man who laid the tackle, and then Cody Spokes just went and had a word in his ear. As if to say, I'm going to have a shot at golf thanks to you sticking that tackle a little bit too long. And Spokes has kicked just the 2 goals this year. is the unlikeliest of goal kickers. Game 141 for Cody Spokes this afternoon. 34 career goals. So he only averages a goal basically every 4 or so games. And this would be a rarity for him, but a chance to, at worst, level the score as we approach three-quarter time or give the Tigers the lead. Cody Spokes, man on the mark. 35 from goal. He kicks from 40. Won't have the carry. Goes over the back of the pack and walks through from behind by Orr. And we are all locked up at 4-5-29 apiece on the third quarter. K-Rock Apco Cafe 24/7 scoreboard. Try the new Benny Jaffel, available now at Apco Cafe 24/7.
Hocking short into the back pocket. Sutterby takes the mark and kicks it wide. Garner Josh can't take it. Bogue can. His kick was underground in the end. Hayes shuffles the handball to Spokes. He goes with a short little right foot kick. Garner Josh can't pick it up. Pushed off the football was Spokes again. Coming the other way though was Condi. He gets it towards Byrne on the opposite foot. Right, goes inside towards 50. McCarthy takes the mark for Colac. Back inboard, squeezes the ball. It's okay. And Scott takes the mark and Finney. So 50-metre penalty for trying to hold on. Matt McMahon is screaming at the umpire for what the hell was that for. He doesn't care. Bailey Scott, he goes inside 50 with the kick. Zybell crunches the pack, can't take it. Now McLaughlin, good pick up, then gets ripped off the football. Umpire said play on, pack develops. Inside 50 for Colac. We'll have a ball up.
Can't be much more action left as we've only had the 2 goals in this third quarter. We've gone 27-20. There has been some stoppages. Umpire Jones puts it into the air. Zybell and Wilkinson go against each other. Try to be knocked forward by Kapala. Handball out the side door. Sadabi jamming it on the boot. Sinnott, but turning it over. Quick kick forward for Colac. Back with the flight, no mark taken. Bogue took it off the pack. Tried to get a handball back towards Orr. Orr to the voice of Dime. And Dime got to be careful. Jamison to run him down, but he got the kick away towards Panuccio. But Melican judging it best, the skipper. And then he just strong arms Panuccio. Says, get off me. Brushing him like a fly as he now takes his kick to send the Tigers forward.
Goes towards half forward. Simpkin gives it away to Lang. 50 from goal. Wheels on the left. Into the pocket. No mark taken. Orr needs some support. Got some. Byrne had a good third quarter. Goes outside 50. And just as you give a bloke a wrap, he puts it out of bounds on the full. So Bryce McDonald's going to take the free kick when it comes back.
He's under the four-wheel drive. I don't think they know where it is.
Yep, I'm waiting. It is under the four-wheel drive.
Somebody's got to get down and get there. Somebody's got to get down and dirty. Wet knees.
They've just got it, so they've done well there. Thrown the ball back. It was a bad boundary throw in by the man behind the...
errant throw, wasn't it?
Errant throw. So the ball will come back to McDonald at left half forward.
He's wiping his knees. They're all wet, the jeans.
They are. He goes inside with the kick. Inside 50, off the back of the pack. Ball spills free. Oh, Scott had it, and then he lost it. And Barrow, and then Walters got one high. The umpire said play on. Now Zybell's kick was smothered. Byrne. Kick off the ground by Zybell towards Jameson, who takes the mark next to the behind post. And the left forward pocket, Rani Jamison. Siren may sound before he gets a chance to have a set shot for goal. Braden Hocking stands next to the behind post, left forward pocket. Minerva Road end of the ground. This to give the lead to the visitors.
Sam Curtis start from the bench tonight.
Whee. So Jamison not going round the corner, just going straight at it. Right foot kick on the siren, has missed and through for one behind, which is the lead for the Tigers. 4-6-30. They lead Newtown 4-5-29.
Three-quarter time. Just the 2 goals kicked in that third quarter. Newtown and Chilwell advancing their score 1-1. Colac advancing their score 1-3 to go from 1 point behind to 1 point in front. It is the final change here at Elderslie Reserve. That quarter going 29.5 minutes with the Towners and Colac. Hard to separate as we've gone 3 quarters. A chance here for Colac to lock away a double chance and for Newtown to go another step towards being part of the qualifying final come the start of September. Colac by point thanks to Epco Cafe 24/7. It's K-Rock football. Actually shucked oysters. I highly recommend. They sell the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road in North Geelong. Here we go. Final term, Jason.
Zybell gets it down for Colac towards Spokes. Has had a good afternoon. Monahan Monahan puts the tackle on. Might have the job on Bogue, who gets the kick from the ground. Goes towards Hollard. He can't get free. And Hayes puts the tackle on now. Spoke's got the clearing kick for Colac in the end. Scott over the top for the Tigers. Comes back. Nelson Brown puts on a bear hug tackle against Walters, Aaron, and we will have a ball up just inside the centre square at centre wing.
Just keep an eye on Cam Wilkinson. Birchie just was a bit slow after that opening ruck contest to start the final term. He's in this ruck contest for St John of God, so he might be okay. Bogue bursts away after the ball hit the ground and sends it towards forward 50. A rolling ball. Nash tried to get a handle on it, couldn't. Hollard went off the ground out towards the left half forward flank. Sinnott's there. Hollard came again. Nash tried to palm it to Sinnott along the ground, but as soon as Sinnott grabbed it, he was wrapped up by Rennitz and also McDonald. And we'll get a ball up around forward 50 at left half forward.
Kingy does look a little bit proppy there, and I did notice Macca put the acid on him at three-quarter time too, so maybe they know he is carrying something there and trying to urge him across the line and deliver in the final quarter for them.
Thank you for that for St John of God. Birchie head over the footy. Jordan Walters. Spokes head over him. Ball spilled out. Good tackle on Monahan laid by Sutterby, but Ben McCarthy got a kick away. It's going to spill into the path of Lang. Nash was able to get in the way, but it was socket forward for Colac, only into the waiting arms of the upright Maddock. Maddock goes short and onto the chest of Kapala, whose face you can see at the intersection of West Vine Street and Packington Street.
Chaz is a star. Oh, gee whiz, that wasn't a star kick, though. Turned it over to Monahan, who goes wide, looking for Walters, who thought about picking it up, and then Brown pushed him off the ball as he got the kick away. And it will be a boundary throw in.
He did get cleaned up pretty flush by Brown.
He did. So
it was fair.
It was.
It's in the contest.
Boundary throw in right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. Zybell Wilkinson. Wilkinson to the front, coming at pace. Charlie Byrne then slips over. Ball still in dispute for Brown, who got a kick back towards the pack. Monahan tried to basketball it, really. Tried to pick it up. McCarthy's kick was smothered. Good pressure from the Eagles. Oh, Byrne was a bit slow. In fact, it was Walters was a bit slow with the handball. He first effort, thought about it, and then gave it away. Mum and Dad say hi, Ryan, too, from 1770. He's right in front of us. Walters, Jared, for Colac, goes towards the big hands of Garner off these hands and over the back of the pack and out of bounds. Colac into attack. 4-6-30 they lead Newtown. 4-5-29. 3 minutes played. Final term. Port Phillip Berry's time clock.
What's that thing in the western sky?
Yeah, I don't know.
Birchie,
I've got my hand up shielding my eyes.
From the sun. It's
beautiful down here.
It's absolutely dropped rain all afternoon. And now we've got sunshine. Ball at centre half back. Nash was clean. Handball Charlie Harris. Set a task for Jordan Walters. Well done, McCarthy. His handball, though, a little bit too hot for Malikan, who just had to sock it to advantage. McCarthy provides a block on Condi. Malikan picked it up nicely. Kicked on his non-preferred left. That'll skid out of bounds. And people who say deliberate do my head in, because the rule is not deliberate. It's insufficient intent. The weather has been horrendous.
Opposite foot.
And non-preferred foot, skill error. And you want insufficient. Well, you're not getting deliberate, because they don't pay that. Ball back into play. Shallow throw in. Zybell winning the tap. Bogue the roving. Handball over his left shoulder. Zybell off the ground. Ricocheted off the backside of Wilkinson. So Zybell goes again. Hacks it forward 25 metres off the deck. Hocking now hacks it forward about 8 metres. Wonderful pick-up by McLaughlin. Left foot kick. 1-on-1. Lang rolling. Bouncing ball. I reckon it hit the post. Or did it goal? I reckon it was untouched, and McLaughlin has kicked the goal. I thought it might have skidded the goalpost on the way through, but McLaughlin's kicked his second cracker of the afternoon to give Colac a 7-point buffer. 5-6-36. Newtown and Chilwell 4-5-29. It went over the head of Darcy Lang and the Newtown opponent. It might have been Maddock back there on him. I thought it actually skinned the goalpost padding on the way through. Wow. And I thought it was going to be paid as a hit the post, but it wasn't, and the margin is 7, and McLaughlin's got 2, and he's the lone multiple goal kicker on the ground this afternoon.
It's funny, every time he gets ball in hand, he actually is the only one who looks like he gets distance with his kicks.
And he was clean there, wasn't he?
He was.
Back in the middle, Zybell and Wilkinson. Ruck contest, Monahan, kick off the ground, McMahon tracks it back, Monahan over the top of him, through the middle, Colac get it towards half forward, Garner Adam comes across, Walters, Aaron, can he pick that? He tried to shuffle the handball through a couple of players, comes to the back, Foppiani, leaves it behind. Oh, it's just a rugby scrum in there, and the umpire's going to have to come in and ball it up. Jonesy, do a bit of work, 35 out from the Colac goal.
That's a good call. It was almost like Newtown and Colac were lined up on each side of each other, trying to get the ball going forward.
Tap down Adam Garner. Roving done, though, by Orr for Newtown. Jams it on the boot towards left half back. Rolling, skidding ball that will head towards the boundary line. Hollard tried to go off the ground, didn't get good purchase, but Walters got better purchase. Went about 15 metres, but Malikan, who's been outstanding all afternoon, the skipper for the Tigers, barrels it towards half forward. Scott dropped a mark that was pretty hard to take off his chest as the spinning ball spiralled onto it. Bogue was clean, gave it to Sinnott, stepped through McCarthy, got good distance with the kick. Left half forward, Hollard bounced away from him, taken by Nash. Surely will get a free kick for being held. Umpire didn't see it, but Matt McMahon's going to get a loose footy. Handball on the bounce, trying to get his handle on the footy was Panuccio. He was pulled off it. Clearing kick, Zybell. Rolling ball. Lang tried to fist it, but Byrne got a knock on the ball. Head over it. Hayes, good tackle. Wilkinson. Ball not coming out. Umpire says, give it to me. Edge of the centre square. Yes. Out of wing. 4-5-29, Newtown and Chilwell. Colac, 5-6-36. Margin 7. 6 minutes played last term on the Bowen Foods K-Rock scoreboard, selling the freshest fish. Direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
Wilkinson push in the back against Zybell. You can't do that, Zach. So Wilkinson now on centre wing. He tried to handball to Charlie Byrne, does. Oh, off a step. His kick was smothered. Back to Zybell. He kicks it off the ground as well. Towards Scott. Can he get away from Byrne? He can't. High tackle. Oh, and the natives are really restless now in front of the Macleay Pavilion.
That was clever by Zybell then.
It was.
To just kick it.
He thought about picking it up, didn't he? Oh, no. Bailey Scott's kick straight to the man on the mark was Condi. Short little kick was okay. No mark taken. Bond still on centre wing. Scott comes in. Kick. Oh, hit McCarthy in the head. Falcon falls to Monahan. Goes with a tumbling punt towards Walters. Hold, said the umpire against Mitchie. A diamond, and Aaron Walters will take it at 50. He's got a couple up there. He's got Hillman. He's got Garner. He goes into the pocket. He got Brown. Hillman had to defend it. He did. Comes back towards Byrne. Hawker. Handball to Foppiani off a step. Clearing now for Newtown.
Towards half-back, wanted Condi. Well trapped, though, by Ben McCarthy into the path of Monahan. He knocked it. Kick inside 50. Josh Garner crashed the pack. Front of the pack is Hawker. Coming the other way. Not taking the footy, though, with Jordan Walters. Out the back is Jamison after the quick kick. Touched off the boot is the call from Foppiani. The Newtown players are adamant it was touched. And it's going to be a shot at goal for the smallest man on the ground in Rani Jamison.
Everyone said touch and set the umpire.
This is a 13-point lead beckoning for the Tigers. They've led by as much as 14, but this really to break the game open. Approaching 8 minutes gone, final term. Rani Jamison.
I'm not putting it down.
Maybe the biggest kick of his young career, playing game number 7. He goals. Ice in his veins, Rani Jamison. And the margin is 13, and Colac take another step towards locking away a top 3 finish if they haven't already. 6-6-42 the Tigers. The Eagles are 4-5-29 on the final quarter. K-Rock Bowen Food Scoreboard, selling the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
He's done the old Marcus Rashford from Manchester United celebration straight after it as well. But, at one end you've got Uriah Hollard and Walters doing those defensive pressure acts, and then you've got the little fellas at the other end who are doing their thing. So, this is what we need from Colac. They've got to have some time in forward 50. That's what we asked for, and that's what they've done.
Back in the middle, Hawker got one high from Wilkinson. Umpire said yes, agrees.
The thing is, they're first in at the moment.
Yeah,
they've got their head on the ball. Yep. They're in front. That's why they're getting free kicks.
Yep.
So that's the difference at the moment, those little things, and they're the basics in footy, particular wet weather footy.
Hawker plays on, runs away from Sutterby, goes towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Side of the pack, that's a high tackle. And Hollard takes it outside defensive 50. Wants to move it now. Just torps it to the wide open spaces for Devlin. Falls over his head. Also McDonald running back. They have to go and chase it. Adam Garner. Gee whiz, he showed a turn of pace. And he basically went into Bryce McDonald. And he's in trouble, Garner, as well. Keep an eye on that for St John of God. Birchie, ball comes out towards Condi. Gets a left foot open. Goal square. But getting back there, Rennett's in front of Hocking. Takes the mark. And he will settle down the play for the Tigers. Defensive 50. We've played 9.5 final term. Port Phillip Berry's time clock. 13 points in favour of Colac.
Newtown need a goal. They kick towards half back. Or flew for the Towners off his hands. He's a little bit. That's a bit of cramp, I reckon, for Harrison Orr as he'll come towards Shane Birch and maybe come from the ground. No, he stays. Foppiani will do the ruck work against Garner. Won the tap down. Sardeby dragged down in the tackle, but got a handball into the path of all outside of the right boot. Kick went over the head of McDonald. Oh, head over it. Surely a free kick for Devlin as he was taken high, and he will take that free kick, Reece Devlin. He's outside 50 though. Hocking has gone forward, but that's not where he's going. He went with a spearing ball that didn't find McMahon, and taking a really good mark is Ryan Monaghan. That wasn't easy to take in these conditions. As rain starts to fall again, we've got a sun shower.
Goes towards Adam Garner on centre wing. Bit of ping pong. And was that a sling tackle? Yes, it was, said the umpire. Free kick against Newtown for the sling tackle. Hawker, who gets up a bit sheepish. Devlin put the tackle on him, so he's just defensive side of centre wing for the Tigers. He's got McLaughlin short. He's going to go further, and he goes towards Josh Garner. Falls to Aaron Walters. Handball was okay to McLaughlin. Left foot torpedo punt. Brown in front. Doesn't sit for him. Foppiani at the back. Came up to help out. Does Kapala. Short little kick to Matic. Has to bend over, and he can't pick it up. He's pushed past the footy. McLaughlin, can he get the handball free? No, he can't. That's holding the ball. Umpire Jones says yes. He had a couple of attempts. Free kick Newtown, half back. Not happy. Hillman with the treatment on McLaughlin, but Matic will take the free kick.
Luke Matic, the very statuesque Luke Matic. Not too many more upright players in the competition. Kicks towards half back. Oh, gee, that's an awkward landing there for Walters. That was Dustin, but he's okay. He got parallel. Now Nash had to play spoiler. Might work out for him as he soccers off the ground. Tries to put it into the path of Condi. Condi, if it sits up for him, he's in business. Coming the other way. Ball wasn't knocked away far enough. They'll get towards the goal square. McQuay's going to have to be good. His kick around the corner. He's okay as it's now socket off the ground to half back for the Tigers. Lang, Foppiani, the young and the experience. Well done by the young. He gets a kick. No, holding the ball. Wonderful tackle. Lang, experience, wins out. He wins it at right half back. I thought McQuay kept his head really well back there.
He certainly did. Didn't panic, which is, one thing that young kids can do, young players can do, and he didn't.
Playing just his 5th game, first of the season, Joel McQuay.
So Lang from half back. Just takes some speed out of the game for now. Punched away by Bond. Over the back, Spokes, who's had an outstanding afternoon. Right foot torpedo punt inside 50. Which way is it going to bounce? Simpkin lets it bounce. Kapala against him. Simpkin off the ground. Goes towards the goal square. Brown, 2-on-1. Newtown. Falls to Hillman. Can he kick it through for a goal? It's through for 1 point.
Does it?
Well, I think they might have touched it on the line, actually.
Hit the post.
Charlie Byrne. Okay, hit the post. Yep. So one behind, two. Colac.
Jeez.
Wow. 6-7-43, the Tigers. Newtown 4-5-29.
Just got to roll the dice now. Newtown, I suspect, at half back. The footy is now Malikan, who's been outstanding. Wonderful tackle. Walters somehow got a handball away, but only to Sutterby. Sutterby tried to get it to his old mate Bogue. Bogue's ridden. Now a handball out the side door. Charlie Harris, Foppiani. He took the footy. He was brought down. Good tackle laid. And that was Lang laying that tackle, and we'll get a ball up right half forward. Colac. I reckon one more for Colac and the game's over. If it may not be already, Kirsch.
It's a really one of those margins, isn't it? What I am loving seeing is the amount of torpedoes today.
Yes, back to the glory days, Kirsch. Inside 50 for Colac again. Garner's got a couple on him. Tries to put the pressure on Bond. Handball over the top. Bogue. He's not going anywhere in that tackle. Walters comes across, holds him up. 50 out from the Colac goal.
This is why you got to practice torpedoes at training, Jace, in case days like today.
That's right.
Because they don't come natural anymore.
Ball up. And Pocock gets it down towards the boundary line. Sutterby runs out of space. Monaghan was right next to him. And it will be a throw-in. 50 around from the Colac goal. They lead by 14 points halfway through this final term. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock says 14 minutes played. Boundary throw-in for Pocock and Josh Garner. Pocock tried to take it out of the ruck contest, then a second effort as well, Spokes. So that's a throw nearly from Scott. The kick was smothered. Back to Scott now. Goes inside 50. Lang. Byrne. From mid-air if you don't mind. With the kick. Monaghan couldn't trap it there. Foppiani can. He tries to get it away to Charlie Harris. Pack develops at 50 again. And we're going to have another ball up.
Essendon are going to get out of jail against another lowly ranked opponent. 86-77 at the 30-minute mark. They lead North Melbourne for Leopold Sporties, and Sydney 31 points to the good of Gold Coast at the 20-minute mark at the SCG. That's not good for the Cats. Pocock climbed high, won the tap down. Roving done by Sutterby, but his progress hampered by Scott and Spokes. Gee, Leopold Sporties player of the day. Good luck, Birchie, with that. $100 voucher. Josh Garner doing the ruck work, winning the tap down. Foppiani put his head over it, and then over the top of him came Aaron Walters to bring him to ground. And we'll get a ball up. It's inside forward 50 for Colac, right where they want to be. They lead by 14. 2 goals to McLaughlin and Jamison. Maybe enough for the Tigers to secure win number 13.
Side of the ruck contest, Foppiani got a kick. Tracking it was... Oh, gee whiz, behind. There was a big clash of heads between Barrow and Mick Condy. Barrow's still down. The ball has run out of bounds while that was happening behind the scenes. Barrow gets up a bit sheepish. Cody Spokes says, keep going, mate. You'll be right.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. And a boundary throw in 65 from the Colac goal. Out of side, half-forward flank for the Tigers. Pocock and Garner. Pocock from behind. From McLaughlin. Goes towards Spokes again. Pocock and Foppiani next to him. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Good for the Tigers. They lead by 14 points. 16 played, final turn. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock.
Jane Birch for St John of God. Cam Wilkinson's off the ground. He's just been doing some run-throughs in front of us. What can you see from young Cam? Hopefully we'll see him back out there as the Towners try to get the ball forward to Sutterby. Buffeted away Barrow. And then there's going to be a free kick too high being paid here. And it's going to go to Jordan Walters, who's got it. We'll get to you in a moment, Birchie. Walters quickly wants to go with his kick, was smothered in flight. And now it's picked up wonderfully by Hollard. Then he bounced off his teammate Foppiani, snapped a kick around the corner, and Nash is marked, but maybe too far out to score with a heavy ball. Panuccio streaming into the right forward pocket. He ignores that. Down to you, Birchie, for just an update on Cam Wilkinson.
Well, certainly a leg issue, but I can't quite see. They're not working on it at the moment. As you said, he was just sort of activating and keeping warm. So whether it's a corky or certainly a soft tissue injury, it seems.
Nash now called to move the footy on, and he's put it straight onto the chest of Bogue. So 40 out, directly in front. Mark taken, and Matty Bogue will go back and have a shot on a goal that just has to be kicked if the Eagles are to steal this contest. At the 17-minute mark of the final term, Port Phillip Ferry's time clock, the Bowen Food scoreboard showing a 14-point Colac lead.
North Shore by 3 points over St Albans.
Bogue on his way. Good purchase. Great kick, Matty Bogue. So on a wet afternoon, heavy ball, Matty Bogue delivers. First of the afternoon for the GFL's leading disposal man. And they're back to within 8 points. 5-5-35, Newtown and Chilwell. Colac, 6-7-43 on the K-Rock Bowen Food scoreboard. Bowen Food selling the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, here's Matty Kershaw.
What was really important then is when Nash had ball in hand, he didn't panic, didn't look to move the ball on. He just waited for something to open up. And that was Bogue, who, as we know, is one of the most skillful players in the competition. So really clever and experience used by Nash.
Blood rule, I think, for Luke Maddock coming from the ground. So they'll send Pocock behind the footy. I can't see anything from my vantage point. Birchie, can you pick up any claret coming from the body of Luke Maddock?
Not at the moment. No. Nothing evident.
He might have got dobbed in.
Essendon by 9 points, 13-8-86 defeat North Melbourne 12-5-77.
St Joey's 9 points up on Bell Park.
Oh, wow.
Back to the middle. Wilkinson goes up. Zybell got it down. Monahan did well. Zybell, Monahan. They track it through the cricket pitch area. Foppiani, free kick, leg, said the umpire. Free kick. Where is it going? It's going to Colac. Going to Ryan Monahan. And he's right on the cricket pitch area in the middle of Eldersley Reserve. Plays on now, right foot kick inside 50. Oh, nearly a great mark. Came from Darcy Lang. Falls to the back of the pack. Jamison, Pocock's there. Handball was okay. Got it outboard to Sinnott. Left foot kick. Panuccio past him. And McCarthy takes the mark. 55 from goal. And he's going to drive it as long as he can. Top of the square. Garner's there. Goes up. Can't take it. Brown gets a kick away off a step. Back. Oh, good mark. Going back was McDonald for Colac.
McDonald, man on the mark. 45 from goal. Distance would be testing. So he sends it as far as he can. Top of the goal square. Adam Garner, his target off the hands of the pack. Brown tried to take it for Newtown. Taken down in the tackle. I think Foppiani and that mop of hair, you can't miss him. It was a good tackle laid to bring him down by Bailey Scott. And we'll get a ball up. Right forward pocket about 8 metres from the Colac goal. Looking to deliver the knockout blow. Chance here though to clear Bogue. A high left foot kick. It'll stay inside defensive 50. Went over the head of Archie Sinnott. Bonds come up to try and help out. We haven't seen him back behind the footy or in the ruck today, as Damien McMahon suggested he might be. So happy with the Wilkinson work and the Pocock work, and then also obviously Maddock and Hocking back behind the footy, although Hocking has gone forward at times. Nash not around the ball, Kirsch for Wombat Gully. He's spending a bit of time forward.
Yeah, mainly this second half. He started half forward and he's mainly stayed there for the predominant of the game. So maybe he's carrying something we don't know about.
Zybell got it down Foppiani though. He trapped it. Hawker wrapped up straight away in the tackle, not going anywhere. And 55 from the Colac goal. We will have another ball up. 20 and a half minutes played. Final term, Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. 8 points to the good for Colac. Lang from the contest. Oh, he dragged it back in then too. Did the umpire see that? No, he didn't. He said, give it to me and I'll ball it up.
For the sense of theatre, would love another Newtown goal soon. Just for the theatre of the game.
Absolutely. I don't think Rowan McSparran would, but...
No. Wilkinson winning the tap down. Rolling ball towards the boundary line. He buys about 15 metres, 20 metres for his team, and it's out of play at left half back. Autumn Street side of the ground. A couple of other close ones taking place. Grovedale South Barn was 3 points at half time to the good of the Tigers. North Shore by 3 points over St Albans as we speak, and 9 points is St Joey's lead over Bell Park just across the way at Herne Hill Reserve, Drew Oval.
Luke Maddock has his head taped up. He's ready to come back on. He just had a little bit of a nick at the top of his forehead.
Thank you for that, Birchie. St John of God injury updates. Luke Maddock to return to the fray shortly. Oh, hacked out of there. Zybell got good purchase on the volley. That would have been sort of Mo Saylor sort of arrangement there for Liverpool as the new EPL season is upon us. Is it this? Is it
Tonight.
Yes.
Yep.
You'll get
Manchester City beat Burnley last night. Let's kick it off.
Randall,
Yes.
another new feels like I only finished yesterday. Boundary throw in. Right half forward for Colac. Wilkinson maybe being held. Bogue took the footy, got a handball away, but straight into the waiting arms of Jared Walters, whose kick around the corner rolls out of bounds for Colac, and that buys some territory for them. They're happy with the game being played this way, Kirsch.
They are indeed. We know that's only going to go to what was the last quarter, 28 minutes. So there's 6 minutes left, and they're just going to wind this clock down, and they'll be happy with stoppage after stoppage.
Zybell in the ruck contest. Wilkinson comes towards Monaghan. Right foot kick towards Garner. Hold. Josh Garner has got it in front of Bond, who can't believe it. 25 out, 45-degree angle. Josh Garner.
There's Bond back behind the footy.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, so he's paid a hold, and Josh Garner will have a set shot for goal to make the margin 14 again. He comes in now, right foot kick, and he has missed it. Through for one behind. So they go to 6-8-44 now, Colac. Newtown 5-5-35, Bowen Foods, K-Rock, final quarter scoreboard.
Margin as it was in the previous meeting between the two clubs back in round 9 points. To the middle of the ground, Nelson Brown goes. Now attacked forward by Sardoby, but his kick is ill-directed. Back with the flight. Reynolds has been a solid citizen, as always, in defence for the Tigers. That trusty left boot, because nobody's ever got a trusty right boot. Kicks towards half forward, but he's kicked it straight to Byrne, so it's not so trusty. Can't be trusted. Neat little kick from Byrne out the side towards Harris, just back of the wing. Broadcast wing wants Hollard coming up, can't mark, brought it to ground. Panuccio ready to pounce, just fumbled the inopportune time, then sock it off the ground 20 metres, bought some territory for his team, and it's out of bounds in the right forward pocket. We never say trusty right foot, do we?
No, we do not.
No, they're only trusty left. You can only trust left footers. Right footers can't be trusted. Ball back into play. Wilkinson. Zybell. Ball's allowed to hit the ground. Bogue hit it at pace but left the ball behind. Barrow dumped, going nowhere. And about 40 out from the Newtown goal, who trail by 9 points on the Bowen Foods K-Rock scoreboard. We'll get a ball up.
So, ball up, Newtown into attack. Wilkinson got it down to the side. Sutterby tried to extricate himself, holding the ball, said the umpire. Gee whiz, that's harsh.
It was.
Yeah. Gee whiz. He's trying
rule I don't
everything to get rid of the football. Hollard's getting up too. He got a knock in the head in that contest, so just keep an eye on that too, Birchie, for St John of God. So the free kick with Cody Spokes, who, gee whiz, I hope he knows his way to Leopold. But anyway, comes with a right foot kick towards centre wing. Garner goes up off the side. I'm not telling anybody to do anything.
Donald Trump
goes
influencing
back towards half forward. Lang to come out. Foppiani's there as well. Lang puts the tackle on. Not going anywhere. Wrapped up bear hug style. Right in front of us in the best seats of the house, thanks to Abco Cafe 24/7. And we'll have Umpire Jones and a ball up.
He's had his angry pills today, Darcy Lang.
Umpire puts it into the air. Zybell, Wilkinson, ball hit the ground. Wilkinson got it knocked towards the boundary line and right in front of our best seats in the house for Abco Cafe 24/7. Bogan Lang, see it out. Sounds like my law firm, Bogan Lang. Attorneys at law.
That ball looks like a brick with pigskin.
Fisted forward, Wilkinson in front of the pack. McMahon overran it. Lang just fisted forward. Volleyball spiked at 20 metres. Ball will skid out of bounds though in front of Aaron Walters. And right at where the players enter the ground, left half forward for Colac. We'll get a boundary throw in. I think it's a bridge too far now, Kirsch.
Absolutely,
for Newtown. They're 9 points down in a game where they've only kicked 5 goals to this point.
Well, they need to kick 2 to win, and I can't see that happening. Darcy Lang's played one hell of a game.
Zybell got it down. Bogue now. He's played pretty well too. Wrapped up. Oh, gee whiz, look at Hawker. He just basically put a saddle on him to put him into the ground. Pack develops, umpire will come in and ball it up, and they're getting very vocal in front of the McLean Pavilion.
It's a great tackle, wasn't it?
It was a great tackle. He's about half the size of Bogue too.
Absolutely.
Contest, Wilkinson in front, McMahon through the middle. He puts the tackle on as well. And Spoke's not going anywhere.
Well, they haven't given up, neither side.
No.
They're battling as hard as they did at the start to the finish.
18-6, 1-14. Sydney defeat Gold Coast 13-12.
So the ball up, 55 from the Colac goal. Goes towards McMahon. Hawker. He can't go anywhere either. Umpire will come in and ball it up. And this is good for Colac. They lead 6-8-44. Newtown 5-5. 35. Zach Zybell telling Matt McMahon all about it as well after Darcy Lang did as well.
The ball into the air. The crowds emerge from underneath the McLean Pavilion awning. Zybell's put the kick inside forward 50. A rolling ball. Adam Garner dived on it. Then dived on it again as it escaped his clutches. Knocked forward. Smart play McDonald. Or Josh Garner, in fact it was. And now we'll get a ball up.
You just smell a Darcy Lang goal.
I was just watching him.
You smell it.
He's so clever. Everyone gets drawn into the ball, and he doesn't. He's very smart when to go and when he doesn't go.
Wilkinson won the tap down. Quick snap. Bailey Scott to the top of the goal square. Maddock there trying to hold the fort, and he does so successfully. Just submits in the tackle laid by Hillman, whose jumper is the yellowest of any Colac player out there. Ball into the air. Grabbed out of the ruck, Zybell fired a handball back. Where's Lang? He missed his intended target. Now the clearing kick comes from Walters on the half volley. Hocking did okay. Handball back to McMahon. Point of the square, right half back. Just got to go now. Kick for space. Should be a foot race. Diamond should win it. If the ball sits, he's in business. Although he had a fumble, and then McCarthy was able to just hold up his progress. Ball at ground level. Quick handball on the up was okay for Colac, although they won't get out of trouble. It'll get stuck at right half forward. Cooper Hayes was involved there and getting up last. I think Seb Barrows had a solid afternoon for the Tigers, as we'll get a ball. Umpire Chaston says, I'll put it into the air at the 27, nearly 28-minute mark on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Colac by 9.
Wilkinson got it down. Toe poke by Spokes. Goes towards Josh Garner. He just left it for Spokes, who kept going. Straight line. The footy kicked it off the ground. Brown comes across. He gets a kick under pressure. Back towards Hawker. He goes up against a couple. Through the middle. Coming out. Kick off the ground was by Monahan. Oh, Brown tried to claim the mark. That didn't go anywhere. Ball off the front of the pack. And Newtown with the numbers trying to push it forward. Foppiani was a good pick up to Condi. Free kick throw, said the umpire. Condi was running away out of the cricket pitch area, coming back. Colac with the free kick. And Bailey Scott will take it.
They're in no hurry now, Colac. 9-point lead as we approach 28 and a half minutes gone. He goes very wide. The kick will go on the skid and be taken by Lang. True centre wing. Kicks to half forward. Leading up and down low. No mark taken there by Aaron Walters. Adam Garner uses the body on Sutterby. Ball out of bounds in front of Walters and Harris. And we'll get a boundary throw in.
Boys, sore and tired players coming off everywhere here for Colac. Aaron Hawker is on his haunches again. He's copped a bit of a heavy knock, so he's looking a little bit worse for wear.
Boundary throw in. Thank you for that, Perchy. St John got injury update. Back of the pack. Nash is back up on the footy with his handball. Stolen by Scott. Wonderful tackle laid by Sutterby. As Bailey Scott thought he was bursting into the clear just outside forward 50. Sutterby laid a wonderful tackle. And there's the siren. Colac are guaranteed the double chance. Newtown have still got some work to do if they want to play out of a qualifying final. The Tigers with win number 13. And they go 2 games and percentage clear of the Towners, who are now 11-5 and waiting for other results. Will South Bar